Revs spring training game. I have the pictures to prove it. Were you sore the next day from all that move? Yeah. Harris the lead, and another throw over. He crawls back. Ducks with a run in the top of the first. Revs answered on Nash's 3-run homer. Long Island 2 in the second to tie it. Pitch to Mitchell is up high. That last start that Larkins made against York in mid-May, they scored 6 off of him. Burgess drove in 5 of those. 3-run homer, 2-run double. He had a big hit in the first inning tonight. 1-0 to Mitchell, and it tails outside and was high, 2-0. So hitters count for him. Revs and Ducks will square off at Long Island at the end of August. The 2-0, and that's up high, 3-0. And then they'll host Long Island in early September. So not quite 3 weeks in a row like the New Britain setup, but still have plenty of meetings to go. 10.
I think it was 3 in a row in the first half, though.
Yes, yes it was. There's the 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, and it's over for a strike. Harris with 18 steals, yet to try it. We'll see if he does here. Sonko, the first baseman, shading his eyes with the glove as he holds him. Now the 3-1. And a line drive, just foul. Mitchell ripped it, but just a hair early. Down the line in right. 3-2. Harris will head back to first, where his former St. Paul Saints teammate Angelo Sonko holds him. Man, they must have been good, because those two guys have both come to this league this season and have really produced.
And now with 3-2, you know Harris is going, and Sonko playing behind him to get a little bit extra range with Mitchell, the lefty, at the plate.
And he's right there in his ear right now. Probably jabbing each other about St. Paul days gone by. Harris gets a little, he'll go. Pitch is fouled, back off the net, and we'll do it again.
Well, we knew one of them liked to talk trash, so now we know it's mutual.
He is a treat. Full count it remains. Now Larkins again ready. Another 3-2. Just inside. Mitchell works out the walk. A close one. And Larkin's first walk of the night. It'll get Tejeda to the plate with 2 men on. Larkins doesn't walk many. His 25th in 18 starts. About 1.5 per start.
His strikeout to walk ratio exceptional coming in. It was 83 strikeouts to 24 walks.
Well, here's Tejeda, who hit into a fielder's choice, but did come around to score in that first inning on Nash's home run. And now a chance to do some damage himself. Larkins the pitch, he swings, drives it deep the other way in right field, but slicing foul, and it hits the clubhouse on the fly. And to do that to the opposite field, that is a shot. It hit high off the bricks, but back behind that last tent, that most of that tent is in foul territory. Man, did he put a charge in that, though, for a loud strike one. Now Larkin's ready. The 0-1, and it's in the dirt, and a clean pick by Pacheco, who was just trying to block it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, usually a pitch in the dirt, catchers will just drop to their knees and smother it, but that one bounced so far out in front of home plate that Pacheco had to almost stand up to make sure it didn't hop over him.
Now the stretch. Couple checks. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. And man, did he have a rip. A cutter that sliced right through the center of the plate. By the way, we do have a winner on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. Jessica Yingling, congratulations. Stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at your convenience. It's the 1-2, and in the dirt again. Another block by Pacheco. First 2 innings of seeing him back there, he looks solid behind the plate. They haven't had a ton of turnover in the lineup. He's one of the new acquisitions since we had seen them last 6 years in the majors. Rockies, Diamondbacks, and Reds. 2-2. Swing and a pop-up. Left side of the infield, ranging over, and in foul ground, Alfonso from third makes the grab. A towering pop-up. And a couple of steps over the line, he's got it. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. First 0.5 inning tonight belongs to Larkins, and we go to the third, still tied at 3.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
York Mitsubishi Super Summer Sales Event is on, featuring Outlander Sports starting at $17,995 with 0% financing available for up to 72 months. Right now, $2,500 off all 2017 Mitsubishi Lancers or a 7-passenger Outlander with discounts and rebates up to $4,000. So don't miss out on York Mitsubishi Super Summer Sales Event with a great selection and over 70 cars available. York Mitsubishi, just off Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue in York. York Mitsubishi, where Mitsubishis always cost less. So ends 7/31.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
This is Jay Gauls. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WYK. First in York, first in sports.
At the third inning, tied at 3. And Victor Mateo looking to get things straightened out here early tonight. Elmer Reyes will lead off, and he pumps a strike in. Reyes, who hit into a double play in the first inning, but Long Island was able to rally with 2 outs and get a run. Pitch is fouled off to the first base side at the top of the stands, 0-2. 3 runs, 3 hits for Long Island, 3 runs, 5 hits for York. 2, 3, and 4 in the order here as Mateo delivers and misses down low. Long Island again yesterday, they had a 7-0 lead in Bridgeport that got away, lost 8-7. On the pitch, And a ground ball to third, and Trienfeld stabs it, spins and throws, and got him. And over to his left on a ball with probably some top spin that came up a little hot. Made a clean pick, a spin, and a strong throw.
Well, that was a last-second judgment play that made it happen for Trienfeld. He started in, realized that with that top spin, it would have been an in-between hop, so he kind of pushed off, backed up, and then got the bigger hop and was able to spin, set his feet, and throw across.
One down. Here is Jordan Pacheco, who was in the big leagues just last season with Cincinnati. Walked and scored in the first, and Mateo fires a strike. Take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Lancaster hosting New Britain here tonight. Revs 2 games back of Lancaster. Pitch is dribbled foul, third base side. Now, once again, I make the mistake of leading into this before the scoreboard has actually loaded with beautiful internet. Lancaster 2-0 lead in the bottom of the third inning. There's the 0-2, and a breaking ball fouled off his foot. And that seemed to miss the shin guard. I think it got the inside of his left foot, which is just under where that shin guard stops. Bridgeport is at Southern Maryland, scoreless in the fourth. By the way, Lancaster did lose a piece today. Right-hand pitcher Brian Evans, well, it was announced today, but it happened Saturday night. He was signed. The pitch is outside, 1-2. I believe it was Seattle.
So not the Richmond Flying Squirrels.
For once, it was not. It was Seattle. It was the Arkansas Travelers that wanted his services. Pitch is hit in the air, center field. Witherspoon backs up 2 steps now, waits, and he'll make the one-hand grab. He hardly had to move, 2 outs. Our well-spanned sports medicine injury report. The Revs are in good shape, and the Ducks do not have any DL situations either. So that's good. Good clean bill of health on our well-spanned sports medicine injury report. How are you doing these days, Matt? Are you good?
Little sunburn.
Oh.
My own doing.
Sorry to hear that. Here's Mark Krause, who takes inside. That deflects to the backstop. I had that during the All-Star break. Also my own doing. Although I could pass some blame. Here's a fastball in for a strike, 1-1. Somebody said, "Oh no, you're good. You put enough sunblock on." And then a couple of pull hours later, not so much. Here's a foul out of play, third base side, 1-2. And I'll probably be in a peck of trouble for mentioning that. I'll learn one of these days. Probably not. Krause, an RBI double in the first inning, 16-game hitting streak. And he swings, pulls a ground foul just wide of the bag at first. Hitting over 500 on this 16-game hitting streak. 21 driven in those 16. 7 home runs. They held him to a measly double in the first inning. Mateo to the belt, he fires, and a grounder foul again, down to the first base coach's box. So Mateo keeps running, cutters or sliders down and in. Krause with a couple of grounders pulled foul. And you don't want to make a mistake to a left-hand hitter when you throw that pitch, but if you locate it, it can be very effective. He deals and misses high now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Krause, who's got big league time as well, and year of late certainly hitting like it. 3 years in the majors. Pitch is dribbled foul behind the plate. Another slider. This one more toward the outside, and he just got a piece. Played with the Astros, the Angels, the Rays, and the Tigers. And he had been a second-round pick of the Diamondbacks. He was sent to Houston 5 years ago in a trade for infielder Chris Johnson. He swings here, pops it up, got jammed. Right field, Mitchell will drift in, taps the glove off his thigh, and makes the grab to end the inning. So Mateo with his first scoreless inning of the night. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Now we go to the bottom of the third, still tied 3-3.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
From Manny Brothers, almost famous, always a favorite. From Manny Brothers, almost famous sandwiches served on Italian bread. Your choice of meat piled high with cheese, fresh cut fries, coleslaw, and tomato. Every day is happy hour with half price on draft, bottles, and liquors. Tuesday and Thursdays, it's Primanti Pizza Feast wings and salad for under $20. We'll keep the wings flying with 59-cent wings all day Sunday and boneless wings all day Monday. Primanti Brothers, 2151 South Queen Street. Almost famous, always a favorite.
Can you sit up, little guy? There you go. What a big boy. Whoa. Every time he grabs my maple donut, it pulls him over to one side. But he keeps on grabbing at it. Whoop, there he goes again. Wait, let's see how this works. Here you go, little dude. Here's another maple donut. Can you grab it? Well, there you have it, folks. Charlie's right. A balanced baby needs a maple donut in each hand.
Maple donuts taste right.
This is Logan Williamson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Tied at 3, we head to the bottom half of the third. Michael Burgess will lead things off. He had a single that he pounded off the arch nemesis in the first inning. The ball looked like it was gaining legs as it traveled, looked like it was still going up, and ended up hitting the Revolution reward sign on the top half. And he'll be followed by Nash and Trienfeld, middle third of the lineup. And Larkin's first pitch is over for a strike. Good two-seam run and sink on that. The best movement we've seen from him on a fastball here early on. Now nods yes, and big righty lifts the leg, fires, and a swing and a pop-up again at third. Another play for Alfonso across the line in foul ground. He makes a two-hand grab just across the chalk, one away. Both starters looking to get settled in. Revs Baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, The Pretzel Twist, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Turkey Hill Minute Markets, Etline Foods, and D's Nuts. Here is Talbot Nash, who bombed that three-run homer to right center in the first. He sat back on a breaking ball and supplied the power. First pitch this time is high and tight.
Not only is it big to see Nash wait back on the breaking ball and do what he did, but it also should result in some more fastballs early in the count.
Next one, a slider. That stayed in. 2-0. Hitters count, Larkins to the plate, and a rip at third and knocked down by Alfonso. Picks it up, spins and makes the throw. 2 down. That ball was absolutely scalded on one hop. And Alfonso, I wonder, yeah, he takes the glove off. I don't think it got him in the pocket. That might have been off the palm, and that stung. Ouch.
Yeah, really nice job staying with it, though, to be able to pick it up and orient his body towards first and get off a good throw. It's an easy play to rush when you knock it down and have to turn around and turn your back on the runner down the line.
2 away. Here's Trienfeld, who singled through the right side in the first inning. We're tied at 3 here in the bottom of the third. Pitch from Larkins, breaking ball tumbles low. The Revs were at Long Island in May, back-to-back weeks. Here's the kick and the 1-0, and a swing and a miss. Slider there. The first series was here in York, and then back-to-back weeks up there. Trienfeld made his Revs debut in Central Islip and played a lot of shortstop initially. There's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got him to reach. Slider down and outside. Mateo had a 1-2-3 top half. Larkins looking to do the same. After a lot of runs at the outset, a 1-2, and he bounced it and spiked his catcher right off the heel of Pacheco's glove and high up off the net. 2-2. Spiked that one straight into the dirt. Larkins, who joined Long Island late last season, one of their late season ads for a playoff run. 2-2, and a chopper to short. Lyons started in, now waits back for the second hop, throws it across, and it's in time. And both starters indeed go 1-2-3 in the third. We go to the fourth. Matt will have the play-by-play. The Revs and the Ducks are tied at 3.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party platters with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
3-3 game heading to the top of the fourth. Angelo Sanko, Ruben Gotay, and Alex Berg facing Victor Mateo. First pitch on the way from Mateo. It's a cutter that stays just outside, ball one. Sanko 0 for 1, a fly out to right field to end the first. Tied for third in the league in home runs with 19, 55 runs driven in, tied for fourth best. The 1-0 breaking ball is lefted foul and out of play over to the left. They go back-to-back lefties in the middle of the order. Krause into the third inning with a flyout, and Sanko 4 and 5. And both of them can play either left or first base. The 1-1. And that's a little down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Sonko playing at first base today, but we saw him in left field the last time the Ducks were here, and that was way back in the first week of May. But I remember seeing him prior to the game throwing balls up at different points on the arch nemesis, trying to see how hard the bounces would come off given the trajectory. The 2-1 for Mateo, and he rolls over, fouling it off straight down at the plate. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mateo gave up a run in the first, 2 in the second, but a 1-2-3 third. The righty goes solely from the stretch. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball looped in the air, left center field. A long run for Witherspoon. It's going to fall in for a hit. Coming across is Verona. He's going to deliver a throwback into second. It's high. And over the reach of Alonzo Harris into second with a double goes Sonko. And he's a leadoff runner in scoring position for the Ducks. That ball splitting Verona and Witherspoon out there in left center. And Sonko, who got that one a little bit off the end of the bat, delivered it towards the alleyway. And he's aboard for Ruben Gotay. Gotay, a switch hitter. He'll hit from the left side against the righty Mateo. An open stance. And Mateo's first pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Gotay DHing tonight. 3 for 5 in the finale against Bridgeport. Dent trying to keep Sonko close, and the pitch on the way. Fouled off towards the on-deck circle to the right of the plate. And it's quickly 0-2. Gotay back for his second season with the Ducks. Last year batting .275, 7 home runs, 63 runs knocked in. Has seen big league time, 4 seasons in the major leagues. Mateo steps off briefly and now looks into Tejeda. Runner at second base, nobody down. The kick and the pitch, reach for and slap foul, and look out on the on-deck circle where Alex Berg was waiting to hit next, and he turned away from that one. Didn't have much time to get out of the way, and it just missed him. A late swing by Gotay trying to protect. Down in the count, 0-2. Mateo sets from the first base side. The kick and the 0-2. Reach for and hit in the air, right field towards the line. Mitchell over, and he reaches up to glove it, throws back in towards the diamond. That'll keep Sonko at second base. He went a third of the way and then retreated. And there's out number 1. Gotay out in front on a breaking ball, just reached for it, got it off the end of the bat. And Mitchell right there to make the play. That'll bring up Alex Berg. Berg began the season as the everyday catcher. Tonight is playing in right field. Or is the elbow guard on the front left arm. Righty against righty. Up. That to the gap in left center field on a play that Travis Witherspoon went airborne. Laid out, nearly made the grab. The 0-1. That's on the inside corner for a strike, and Mateo jumps ahead 0-2. Berg, an all-star, along with Sonko and Elmer Reyes, the second baseman. Taps the outside corner, adjusts the batting helmet as Mateo comes set at the belt. Look back at second, the 0-2, and he thought about a swing, flinched the hands, but able to hold back on a pitch that broke off the outer edge, a slider from Mateo, and it's 1-2. Victor making his 17th start of the season for the Revs. From the belt, the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a hard hit ball left side. That'll get on through for a base hit. Rounding third is Sonko. He's being sent. The third of the plate from Verona. The tag put down by Tejeda. In time, they got him. A strike from Verona in left field. Guns down Angelo Sonko at the plate. And the Revs keep the run off the board and preserve the 3-3 tie. An aggressive send by the manager, Kevin Baez, coaching third. And Verona in his first game back, a strike to the plate to get Sanko. Berg on it first with a single, now with 2 down. And that'll bring up Giovanni Alfonso. First pitch, fastball, chop back towards the middle. Ryan Dent charges the short hop and the flip to second base in time to get Berg sliding in. The glove flip from Ryan Dent, and the Revs get it done defensively. Tyrone Verona throws out Angelo Sanko at the plate, and then a glove flip from Ryan Dent retires the side. 2 hits in the inning, no runs across. And after 3.5, it's 3-3. Revs and Ducks on 1350 WOYK.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance. Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at Peoples Bank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, 1 inning will be designated, and 1 name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Hey Jane, check it out. 2 brand new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Yeah, you just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
And with Payday, you could win progressive top prizes instantly.
Instantly? That's fast.
Not faster than me drinking this frozen slush.
You okay?
Ouch. Headache.
Oh.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
This is Michael Click. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball, home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Tyrone Verona guns down a runner at the plate last inning, and he will lead off in the home half of the 4th. 3-3 score. The Ducks and Revs. Verona, a strikeout victim his first time up, digs back in against Matt Larkins. The big right-hander into his wind, the kick, and the first pitch. And that's a fastball upstairs, ball 1. Verona last played on July 21st before departing to Florida. His wife has since given birth to their second child, a baby girl. The 1-0. That one's right down the heart. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So congratulations to Tyrone and his family. As I understand it, both mommy and baby doing well. The 1-1 pitch from Larkins, and he swings and fouls it straight back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Larkins now in his 6th pro season, his 2nd with the Ducks. Acquired by Long Island from the Lincoln Salt Dogs at the end of 2016. Made 2 regular season starts before postseason action. Shakes off, and now the 1-2. Verona spoils it. A high fastball fouled off to the right. Pair of postseason games last year for Larkins, including Game 2 of the Atlantic League Championship Series, where he gave up just 1 run, 2 hits, over 5 2/3 against Sugar Land. 1-2 the count to Verona. The Larkins offering on the way, and Verona lines it down the right field line towards the corner. It is a fair ball off the wall and in play. Verona digging for 2. He will slide in safely just ahead of the tag from Dan Lyons, who can't believe it. Third base umpire Derek Moshe coming across the diamond to make the call. and Kevin Baez across from the third base side dugout thinks otherwise. Verona going with the pitch, taking it down the right field line just inside the pole and off the wall. Played perfectly by Alex Berg out there in right field tonight. And he threw a strike to second, a bang-bang play. And safe was the call as we get a look at the replay. Really nice job playing the carry from Berg. It took 2 hops, and just as Verona did, he gave a strong throw into second, and the tag put down, and tough to tell, but the ball looked like it just beat Verona to the bag. Kevin Baez sent back to the third base side dugout, though. Verona out there at second, a leadoff double. His first hit back with the team. Here's Ryan Dent. The Ducks will bring the corners in. The first pitch to Dent, and that's a cutter in there, strike 1. Larkins in 2016, prior to coming to the Ducks, mentioned pitched for Lincoln in 19 starts, 7-7 record, a .369 ERA. Looks back at second, the 0-1, and Dent slices it foul down the right field line. Previous 3 seasons were also in the American Association, but with Amarillo. An All-Star in 2014, making a career-high 28 appearances and striking out 98 that year. Ahead of Dent, no balls and 2 strikes, 3-3 game, bottom of the 4th. And the pitch from Larkins, fastball line towards center field. Coming in is Cleary, and he's not going to get there. It's going to fall in for a hit. Verona had to freeze and watch it down, so he'll move up to third base. It'll be first and third. Ryan Dent, a single to center off the end of the bat. Good 2-strike approach, went down and got it. And now an opportunity for Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon a ground out to third base his first time up. Middle of the infield, tight to the bag at second. Looking to turn 2. First baseman Angelo Sacco holds on to Ryan Dent. And the first pitch to Witherspoon, a cutter over the middle of the plate, strike 1. Larkins 6'1" from Lake Elsinore, California, undrafted from UC Riverside. And the pitch to Witherspoon off the outside edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. His senior year at UC Riverside, he started 5 games, a 4-1 record, a .248 ERA. We talked about his strikeout to walk ratio this season. Coming in, it was 83 strikeouts to just 24 walks. Throw to first, a lob toss, and back in head first is Ryan Dent. Verona takes an extra couple steps off the bag at third, but no further down the line. First and third, nobody down. Bottom of the 4th. A 1-1 offering to Witherspoon. Fastball, swing and a miss. Let her high, and he cut through it. And now he's behind in the count, 1-2. So not only a good strikeout to walk ratio this year for Larkins, but also dating back to his college days. In that senior season, he struck out 40 and walked just 8. Works from the first base side of the rubber. Set up inside, and the pitch on the way off the fist and fouled off to the right just behind the Revs' first base side dugout. Witherspoon a check swing, but able to fight it foul. His freshman season, Larkins that is, at UC Riverside came in 08, and he played alongside former Rev Stephen Penny. He also played alongside current Red Sox reliever Joe Kelly out there at UC Riverside. 1-2 the count, outfield shallow. And the pitch to Witherspoon high and outside, 2-2. So Travis working the count. First and third, nobody down, 3-3 ball game. Witherspoon yesterday with a stolen base, now has 48 in his Revs career, 4th best all time. The setup in, the 2-2 pitch, line drive off the glove of Larkins, caught by the second baseman Reyes. Larkins just self-protection mode there, flashes the leather in front of his face. It caroms out to the second baseman Reyes, who makes a leaping grab up the middle, and both runners stay put. Reyes was ready to throw back behind Dent at first, but Dent scrambled back in time. And Travis Witherspoon ripped one, but has nothing to show for it. It's out number 1. Kevin Baez and the trainer are going to come out just for precautionary reasons, and I think it just scared him more than anything else. He's bent down. I think it only caught leather. But I think his heart just beating out of his chest right now. That was ticketed for right in the face, and he just got the glove up in time. And not only did he preserve his chicklets, but also allowed his second baseman to make a heck of a play, ranging up the middle to catch it on the fly. All smiles out there from Larkins on the mound as everyone gets together. Scary moment anytime you see a ball hit right back up the middle hard. I think they're just going to let him take a few deep breaths and maybe throw a couple just to make sure he hasn't lost his rhythm. A scary moment, and thankfully Larkins is okay. Crazy reactions on a bullet right back at him from Travis Witherspoon. Well, he does not throw any and will immediately face Alonzo Harris. Harris already 2 for 2. 1 down, bottom of the 4th, tied at 3. And the first pitch to Alonzo, and it's a cutter down and away, ball 1. Harris in the first, a double down the right field line, and then a single up the middle in the second. His 30th multi-hit game of the year. And he's reached base in all 32 home games. The 1-0 from Larkins, and that's down and away again. Another cutter, ball 2. Harris now 21 for his last 41 on a 10-game hitting streak. Of course, Alexi Casilla, a season long for the Revs, had that 23-gamer snapped at the end of last homestand. The 2-0 pitch, breaking ball, and he fouls it off right field side. Alonzo at home this season, batting .372 overall, 3rd in the league at .329. On base, .395, slugging .538. Heading the count 2-1. The offering from Larkins off the fist towards shortstop, could be 2. Lyons steps on second, guns it to first, and it's a double play. The Ducks get out of the inning on a hot shot right back to Larkins that turns into a L1-4 putout. And then a double play off the bat of Harris. Tough to get him on the twin killing, but they do. And the Revs with first and third unable to score. Through 4 complete at Peoples Bank Park, 3-3 our score on 1350 WOYK.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Everything morning.
5 bad calls in 13 seconds. What's more impressive? What Reggie Miller did to the Knicks or what the officials did to NBA fans in the final 13 seconds? Reg had 8 points in 9 seconds.
Yes.
Or 5 missed calls in 13 seconds. What's more impressive there? And I thought Reg was. But that's pretty impressive. You missed 5. You missed every one of them. But, you know, total transparency. They've admitted that they missed these calls. But it's almost like, and if you're Catholic, you understand this. You just go to confession, and all of a sudden that just wipes away your sin. So this is sort of the referee, the NBA's version of confession. Hey, we made some mistakes. We'll see you in Oklahoma City.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Break out some ID.
That's just good radio.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Need material handling equipment for your company's busy season? Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers a full line of rental equipment to keep you operating at maximum efficiency. Forklifts from 3,000 to 15,000 pound capacity, narrow aisle reach trucks and order pickers, electric pallet jacks, scissor lifts, and forklift clamp attachments. Daily, weekly, and monthly terms available. Call today at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438. And check us out online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
We head to the fifth, tied at 3 in the first pitch. On the way, Mateo to Lyons, inside ball 1. A really swary moment in the top half of the frame. A line drive from Travis Witherspoon back towards Matt Larkins, and he threw up the leather, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, a slider, and Lyons out in front. And on that play, Larkins just in self-preservation mode threw the glove up in front of his face, and the ball deflected to the second baseman. Reyes hauled it in. The 1-1 from Mateo, and that's upstairs. 2-1. So it was a line out, 1-4. And then a double play ball after the Revs had first and third with nobody down. 2-1 pitch to Lyons, and he thinks about a swing but holds off, down and away. It's now a 3-1 count. Similarly, in the top half of the fourth, the Ducks had 2 men on, but they were victims of a throw out at the plate from Verona as Lyons laces one to left field. Verona on the run. He'll make a sliding stop in front of the track and gun it back into shortstop to keep Lyons to a single. Lyons smoked it. It was headed towards the corner of Verona. Played it on a hop, sliding to cut it off shy of the arch nemesis and got it back in quickly. But for the 4th time tonight, the Ducks have the leadoff man on. That'll turn the lineup over for Delta Cleary Jr. Cleary 1 for 2, a single up the middle and a bounce back to Mateo on the mound. And the first pitch to him, he shows bunt, gets it down out in front of the plate. Tejeda calling for it, bare hands on the run, throws to first. And that'll be out number 1. Moving to second on the play, Dan Lyons. So Cleary does his job. And the Ducks have a base runner in scoring position with 1 away. Tejeda, a little bit of an awkward position letting that ball go. His body was squared towards right field, just kind of flicked it. Throwing on the run, but on target to Telvin Nash. It'll be a sacrifice, 2-3. And Lyons at second. Here's Elmer Reyes. Second baseman stands in, and the first pitch breaking ball over for strike 1. Reyes 0 for 2 in this one. A ground ball double play in the first, and a ground out to third in the third. Mateo has his sign set at the belt. And the 0-1 line drive, base hit left field. Rounding third is Lyons. He'll be held up there. Verona throws a strike into the cutoff man, Trienfeld, in between the mound and third base. And it'll be runners at the corners with 1 man down. And before Pacheco comes to the plate, Fletch will make a mound visit, and we will pause for station identification on Revolution Radio. As soon as I find it. Might have to make a delay on that one. Daryl has rearranged some stuff on his home screen since I last looked. Here it is.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Back here at Peoples Bank Park, tied at 3. Each team with 7 hits. Ducks here in the 5th have runners at the corners and Jordan Pacheco to the plate. Pacheco 0 for 1, a walk and a run scored, and the first pitch in the dirt blocked down by Tejeda. He gets to it quickly just to the right of home plate. Ball 1. Pacheco with that walk in the first, extending his on-base streak to 13 in a row. He's also reached in 16 of his last 18. Righty against righty. Revs infield looks to turn 2. Lions at third, Reyes at first, and the 1-0. Breaking ball, a check swing, and it laid off by Pacheco. 2 balls and no strikes. Pacheco starting behind the plate tonight. Once again, Alex Berg, who was their catcher the last time the Ducks were in town, out in right field. And the 2-0 pitch, down and away, ball 3. So Mateo falls behind 3-0. He's walked 2 already in this one, and usually that's not the case for Mateo. He's walked more than 2 just 4 times all season. Again, this his 17th start. 3 balls, no strikes, runners at the corners. And the pitch inside, ball 4, it nearly got him. Pacheco lunging back and out of the way. He walks for the 2nd time tonight. The Revs have left-hander Jared Gaynor up and throwing in the right field pen. And that's going to be all for Victor Mateo. So the Ducks load the bases here with 1 down in the 5th. Mark Mason out of the first base side dugout. He will make the move, and Jared Gaynor, who came on a couple of nights ago, worked a scoreless frame, struck out 2. Will inherit a much more challenging spot right here. Bases loaded, 1 away, top of the 5th. Game tied at 3. We'll step aside as Gaynor loosens on 1350 WOYK.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 855-4-SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
I mean, let's face it, fan is short for fanatic. A lot of people listening to my show are sycophants, and they're like barking seals for their program. They'll support their program at all costs. They'll look the other way. This is all about the legend. He's great. They don't want to lose him. This, he's safe? Patino?
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star. Purchase participating products. Scan your Rutter's rewards card or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rudders VIP to enter. Rudders, why go anywhere else?
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Top of the 5th, tied at 3. But the Ducks are threatening. Bases loaded, 1 man down. It's Elmer Reyes at 3rd. Or rather, Dan Lyons at 3rd. Elmer Reyes at 2nd. Jordan Pacheco on at 1st. And on a Maple Donuts pitching change, Jared Gaynor, the left-hander, comes on, making his 2nd appearance of the year. Just signed a week ago. And he will face the league's hottest hitter in Mark Krause. Krause an RBI double in the 1st, a fly out to right in the 3rd. Now batting with the sacks full and riding what is now a 16-game hitting streak. Gaynor steps off, now back on. Krause doing some landscaping in that first base side batter's box. Gaynor, the lefty, sets at the letters. The setup outside in the first pitch, a breaking ball, and it stays high, ball 1. Gaynor working against New Britain 2 nights ago. struck out 2 in a scoreless frame. Once again, really inheriting a tough spot right here. Bases loaded, 1 away. And Mark Krause, who is now 28 for his last 55. 1 ball, no strikes. Infield will concede the run. And the 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. Krause out in front of the breaking ball. Count even at a ball and a strike. Krause's 15, now 16-game hitting streak, the longest active in the league, the 4th longest this year. And Krause has hit well against the Revs, a .406 average against York coming into play. The 1-1 from Gaynor, a fastball bounces in, that gets away from Tejeda towards the on-deck circle, and a run will come home. Lions in from third on the wild pitch. Tejeda didn't see it initially, it wouldn't have mattered. Halfway between home plate and the Ducks on-deck circle, where Angelo Sanko is waiting to hit next, and now the double play out of order. Up to second on the play went Pacheco, and Reyes up to third. So it's a 4-3 Ducks lead. Still 2 in scoring position. The 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. Krause tried to wait, but then ended up being tied up by Gaynor. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gaynor 6 feet, 175 pounds. From Cave Creek, Arizona. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, looped in the air, shallow left center field, Verona over. He waits, tagging at third is Reyes. Verona makes the catch. The throw towards the plate, cut off, knocked down. Tejeda now out in front to corral it. And no runners advance. Trienfeld had it go off his glove, and it became a little bit more dangerous than need be for a moment, halfway between home plate and the mound as it trickled towards Tejeda. But Reyes stays put at third, Pacheco at second, and the very dangerous Mark Krause retired on the fly out to left. So 2 down for Sanko. First base is open, but the Revs do have the lefty-lefty matchup, and that's why they called on Gaynor to face Krause and Sanko back-to-back, the 4 and 5 hitters in Kevin Baez's lineup. First pitch to Sanko, a breaking ball, and it floats in there, strike 1. Big bender from Gaynor. Sanko, the K-man here tonight. Sanko also extending his hitting streak last time around to 9 in a row with a double to left center. He's also hit well against York. The 0-1, reached for and fouled off. And Gaynor ahead 0-2. Sanko coming into this one, a .349 average with 4 of his 19 home runs coming against the Revs. He's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Reyes at second, Reyes at third, Pacheco at second, and now a foul ball again off to the left and out of play. Lions began the inning with a single to left. He was sacrificed up to second by Cleary. And Reyes with a single to left as well, and Pacheco a walk, and that ended the night for Victor Mateo. His 4 1/3 innings, his shortest outing of the season, and only his second less than 5 innings this year. The 0-2 hit on the ground left side, a diving stop by Trienfeld. He gets to his feet, he guns it across, and that will retire the side. So Jared Gaynor comes on and gets a couple of outs. He does allow a run. But with the bases loaded and 1 out, you'll take it. The Ducks do take the lead 4-3, halfway home at Peoples Bank Park as we head to the bottom of the 5th on 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I'm spending that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Hi, this is Doug Berman, managing partner at RKL, proud member of the York County Economic Alliance since 1947. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Ducks take a 4-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Jared Gaynor on in relief, doing a nice job to escape that bases loaded jam. Only allows one run to cross. And for the Revs in their due-ups, it'll be Jared Mitchell, Isaias Tejeda, and Michael Burgess. Matt Larkin's back out there. He's thrown 76 pitches through 4 frames. And the big burly right-hander winds in the first pitch to Mitchell, a breaking ball up and away, ball 1. Mitchell with his average all the way up to 295. And it's certainly been an uphill climb, but he is soaring of late. Larkins from the first base side, the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball foul over towards the first base coaching box where Frank Gailey bobbles it and will kick the dirt in frustration. Mitchell got jammed and will try to walk off the sting on the hands. But he began the month of June batting below the Mendoza line, so he's raised his average by more than 95 points over the course of the last 2 months. Still taking some time, maybe got his foot, I didn't see it, but he is now kicking that right foot around. Mitchell has reached base safely now in 16 of his last 18 ball games. 10 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs in that span. And a .412 batting average. Finally climbing back into that first base side batter's box. The lefty against the righty Larkins. And the 1-1 pitch to Mitchell, and that's a check swing and a ball inside. 2-1. Mitchell 0 for 1 in this one. A fly out to left in the first. He walked in the second. But Larkin's a guy who's much better against righties than lefties. Left-handers hitting .313 against him this season. The righty winds in the 2-1 to Mitchell. And again starting his swing, but this time it's a called strike. And fans, Revs dugout, not in agreement with that call from Brian DeBrouwer on a pitch that looked below the knees. Two balls and 2 strikes. Larkin says yes. The righty kicks and the 2-2 up and in. And that one deflecting off the glove of Pacheco, and it caught DeBrouwer, and he'll get a round of applause and a bit of disrespect. So it's a full count to Jared Mitchell with Isaias Tejeda waiting on deck. Larkin's now up to over 80 pitches in the ballgame. Righty working from the first base side of the rubber. He winds, and the payoff pitch popped him up foul and out of play, left side, and they'll do it again. Mitchell in his second season with the Revs. Originally a first-round draft pick by the White Sox in 2009 out of LSU. And not only did he win the College World Series at LSU, but he was a wide receiver for Les Miles, winning the BCS title as well. Set up in, The 3-2 pitch from Larkins, that's hit in the air, down the line and left, but drifting out of play. He won the BCS championship in the fall of 08, College World Series the spring of 09, and was also named the College World Series MVP. And he was not the only one to accomplish both of those feats. His teammate, Chad Jones, did so as well, and Jones, a member of the Giants, the New York Football Giants championship as well. Mitchell lines this one towards the gap in right center field. A long run for Berg, but Berg will get there. And he reaches up to put it away for out number 1. Chad Jones winning the Super Bowl in 2011, then went back to baseball. Started back up with the Cincinnati organization in 2013. Here's Tejeda. And he too is riding a hit streak, 8 in a row for Isaias. Base is empty, 1 man down. Ducks lead it 4-3. Jacob Ezel also up and throwing for the Revs in their right field bullpen. Larkins winds, and his 85th pitch of the ball game, a cutter off the plate away, ball 1. So 1-0 to Tejeda. Been mentioning all the hitting streaks. Tejeda, the second longest in Revs history last season. 1-0 fastball down low, ball 2. He hit it safely in 28 in a row for the Revs last year. Across his 2 different stints with the team. He was picked up in between by the Carolina Mudcats, high A of the Braves. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball chopped on the ground left side. The short hop picked up by Alfonso. The throw on the run in time for out number 2. Nice play by the Ducks' third baseman. He's made a couple of those, the short hop pickups charging in. The base is empty with 2 down for Michael Burgess. Burgess, the high socks here tonight. Wearing that chrome on the bottom of his cleats that just glisten as the lights begin to take effect. Infield plays him severely to pull. Third baseman Alfonso playing deep in the hole at shortstop with Lyons shaded straight up the middle. First pitch down and in, ball 1. Burgess with a single in the first, extending his hitting streak to 6 in a row. The Revs as a team have been red hot top to bottom. The 1-0 misses inside, ball 2. And hitters count for Burgess 2-0. The Revs a .327 team average in their last 10 ball games. Now up to .276 on the year, third best in the league. 2-0 pitch, a check swing, and Burgess goes around. He could not hold back. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Revs .328 in their last 5 ball games, identical to the .328 average of the Ducks in their last 5. 2 balls, 1 strike to Burgess, and the offering on the way, fouled straight back. Burgess a rip at a high fastball, got a piece, and that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4-3 Ducks ahead. Bottom of the 5th, and Telvin Nash waits on deck. Burgess with the batting gloves on here tonight. Shin protector on that front right instep. Larkins says yes. And the 2-2 pitch to Burgess. Swinging a line drive foul into the seats, and that was ripped. Fortunately, it hit an empty seat up the first base line. Burgess early on the off-speed delivery from Larkins, and the count holds. At 2 balls and 2 strikes, Larkins now up to 92 pitches. Four runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Ducks. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Revs. The setup away, and the 2-2 Swinging a line drive towards the gap in left center field. That's going to get down for a hit, and it will roll to the wall. Burgess digging for 2, and the relay will come back towards third base. Cut off by the shortstop Lyons. A stand-up double from Michael Burgess, and a 2-hit ball game. Burgess, both hits to the opposite field against the shift. The shift more pronounced on the infield, but nonetheless, Burgess has weighted back and hit it hard. So here comes Telvin Nash. Nash, a recent addition and wasting no time having an impact. A 3-run home run in the first inning, his third in 6 games back with the team. Larkins from the stretch, and the first pitch to Nash, and that one's down low, ball 1. Nash now in his 3rd season with the Revs. Originally signed in 2015, midway through the year, then departed last season on June 22nd, signing with the White Sox. One day after Tejeda was signed by the Braves. 1-0 the count. And the pitch from Larkins, a breaking ball and a swing and a miss. Nash out in front, and that'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And when Nash departed the Revs, he left with an Atlantic League leading 15 home runs, 3 more than anyone else. Larkins sets, and the 1-1 pitch. Down and away with the breaking ball. And the count now 2-1. Rob Rogers, a right-hander, now up and throwing for the Ducks in their left field bullpen. Not only did Nash leave with the home run lead, but he was also batting .275 with 11 doubles and 28 knocked in. The 2-1 pitch, and that's outside ball 3. First base is open. But the Ducks would be putting the go-ahead run on. Carlos Trienfeld, who hit a grand slam last night, waits on deck. A hitter's count for Telvin Nash. They play him the opposite way in the outfield. Infield is back. A 3-1 offering, and that is a called strike. Inside corner, the cutter ran back over. And the count runs full, 3-2. Nash, originally a 3rd-round draft pick by the Astros in '09. And after the 2012 season, ranked the 10th best prospect in their farm system. Led the Texas League in home runs in 2014. 2 down, the payoff pitch. Swing and a foul tip squeeze for out number 3. Nash reached for a breaking ball, got a piece, but Pacheco held on to retire the side. 1 hit, a double by Burgess. He's left stranded at second. And after 5 complete, it's the Ducks 4 and the Revs 3 on 1350 WOYK.
Rich Eisen.
I might be the mayor of the Follow Through Challenge community. I like it.
The Rich Eisen Show.
I'm here with Jim Moore from UCLA here on the Rich Eisen Show, and you answered, this had to be the first draft you physically have been to.
Yeah, I've been in 25 or 26 draft rooms where you're on one end of the phone talking to New York, now Chicago, but I'd never been in the green room.
What'd you think of the dog and pony show?
I thought it was amazing. I loved it. Unfortunately, I saw the Tunsil thing. That was really amazing. And so to be able to go back to my players and say, okay, this is why we talk about decision making, and this is why we talk about the dangers of social media. And with Miles, you understand how fragile this career can be in the NFL, and so it pounds the point home to your players of the importance of an education and the importance of networking and setting yourself up for a life after football.
Time to roll.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The York County Economic Alliance is York County's primary business resource, representing over 1,100 member businesses and 50,000 employees in York County. The YCEA serves to lead economic growth, connect local businesses, and to create a prosperous York County. This month, the YCEA celebrates the anniversaries of these members: Smith Village Home Furnishings, Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, Maple Press Company, Shaler Yesco Distribution Incorporated, The York County Economic Alliance. Together we prosper. Visit ycea-pa.org.
This is Stephen Janis. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
New pitcher on for the Revs as we head to the 6th. It's right-hander Jacob Ezel. Ezel making his second appearance with the team. Tossed a scoreless frame in New Britain 2 nights ago. Struck out 1 in that one. And he will face Ruben Gotay, Alex Berg, and Giovanni Alfonso, 6, 7, and 8 in the Ducks order. Jared Gaynor doing a nice job getting the final 2 outs to the 5th. Allowed 1 inherited run, but with the bases loaded, you can live with that. The Revs trail it 4-3 as Gotay digs in. And the first pitch from Ezel, the righty deals and it's fouled off to the left and out of play. Ezel, a right-hander, throws downhill. Mark Mason liked what he saw from both of these guys, Gaynor and Ezel, in their first outing. The 0-1 to Gotay, and that's down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the Maple Donuts pitching change, Ezel, 6'4", 200 pounds, from Bonaire, Georgia. Last played for Traverse City. And the 0-1 up and away. Check that, 2 balls and 1 strike. Gotay on the day, 0 for 1, a walk and a run scored, also a fly out to right. 2-1, misses down and away. 3 balls and a strike. Ezel and Gaynor both coming over from the USPBL, the Shore League in Michigan, and their focus really developmental. If you were with us for the pregame show, you heard some of that. The 3-1 pitch hit in the air, left center field. Tailing away from Witherspoon, Verona over as well, and in the gap it'll be Verona who will reach out and make a one-hand grab just shy of the warning track for out number 1. So that'll bring up Alex Berg. Berg, an all-star this season with a 2-hit game tonight. A double in the second, came around to score, and a single in the 4th. The Ducks with 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the 5th. The Revs with all 3 of their runs in the home half of the first. And the first pitch on the way to Berg. He looks that one over for a strike. Outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Zell signed by the Revs on July 27th. Began his career in the Frontier League. He sets, and the 0-1, he spikes that one past Tejeda to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ezel played in 2016 for the Brisbane Bandits of the Australian Baseball League. Pitched collegiately at Columbus State University and Georgia Southern. 1-1 the count. And the pitch is just off the inside edge. Close, but Berg watches it for ball 2. Ezel, 26 years of age. Works from the first base side of the rubber. Drops the hands in the 2-1, a swing and a foul tip. Straight down at the plate, and that will even the count at 2-2. Four runs, 7 hits for the Ducks, 3 runs on 8 hits for the Revs. And now Berg will back away at the plate. Berg in his 8th pro season, his first with the Ducks. Righty against righty. And the 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul ball into the Revs dugout, and now hops back into that first base coaching box. A late swing by Berg to protect. The count holds at 2-2. Berg has made it as high as AAA, playing in the San Francisco, Miami, and Ranger systems. Last year splitting time between AA Frisco and AAA Round Rock with Texas. 2-2, infield back, and the pitch from Azell just off the outside black. Fans wanted that one, but Tejeda had to reach to his backhand side. As mentioned, Berg out there in right field tonight, but known for having a very good arm behind the plate. And the payoff pitch, swinging a broken bat flare out towards left field, has some carry. Verona back and onto the front of the warning track to make the grab for out number 2. So Azell got in on the hands of Berg, but he was still able to give it a decent ride out there to left. 300 straight down the line. He probably hit it just shy of that. And it's 2 up and 2 down, both fly balls to Verona. Here's Giovanni Alfonso. 0 for 1, a sac fly in the second. Ducks getting both second inning runs via back-to-back sac flies. And the first pitch from Azell, line drive back up the middle, a base hit center field. Witherspoon over towards right center to play it on a couple of hops, and he will toss it back in. And it's a 2-out single for Alfonso.
Next up for the Ducks is shortstop number 12, Dan Lyons.
8th hit of the game for the Ducks, and that'll bring up the 9th place hitting shortstop, Dan Lyons. Lyons, a longtime Duck, now in his 7th season with the team. Part of their titles in 2012 and 2013. Righty against righty, the first pitch. A breaking ball stays up and in, ball 1. Lyons was the LCS MVP in 2012, collecting 2 game-winning hits, including a walk-off bunt single, helping the Ducks to that title. 1 ball, no strikes, and the breaking ball over to even the count at 1-1. Prior to his time in Long Island, spent 4 seasons in the Nationals organization, making it as high as High A Potomac. Lyons an Atlantic League All-Star in 2012, 2015, and 2016. And the 1-1 bounces in, and that will get by Tejeda. Up to second goes Alfonso. He makes an aggressive turn. Makes it about a third of the way before holding on and moving back towards the second base bag. On the pitch, he started to take off and then stopped, but ended up making it safely on the wild pitch. So now a runner in scoring position for Lyons. Last year, a .272 average with 7 home runs. But more impressive was his defense. 2 balls and a strike. Azell delivers a check swing. Tejeda blocks it down and away in the dirt, and no swing. Lyons last year led Atlantic League shortstops with a fielding percentage of .972. That in 102 games for the Ducks. He also had the highest fielding percentage among shortstops the year before that, .976 in 2015. A hitter's count here, 3-1. 2 down, and the pitch from Azell. High fly ball, right center field, hit well. Long run from Mitchell, and he's not going to get there. He lays out, and it's off his glove and by him. It'll be a stand-up double for Dan Lyons. A run comes home, and it's now 5-3 Ducks. Jared Mitchell, a long run, nearly got there, went into a dive and just couldn't quite make the play. And the ball trickling behind him, Witherspoon backing up. The wild pitch costly as Alfonso comes across. Paul Fletcher now will make a mound visit. Will give us a chance to let you know that this broadcast is brought to you by Image 360, Yingling's Ice Cream, Highmark, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, and Stambaugh Plumbing and Heating. 5-3, the Ducks lead at top of the 6th. Conference on the mound broken up as Brian DeBrouwer headed out there. We had an interesting discussion before the game today with the head of the umpires here in the Atlantic League, John Dooley, making a visit and telling us kind of how the system works. A lot of stuff that I didn't know in terms of how the Atlantic League gets their umpires, how umpiring works in affiliated ball. Most notably to me was you get 3 years at each level and then you're either promoted or you're gone. First pitch to Delta Cleary just misses below the knees. So as an umpire, you start out at rookie ball and then low A, but at each stop on the way as you make your way to double A and triple A and so forth, you get 3 years at that level, and if you don't progress, then you're done umpiring in affiliated ball. The 1-0 pitch hit on the ground, right side, base hit through the hole. Rounding third is Lyons. He's being sent, and Mitchell will not make a throw. He'll toss it back in towards second base. It's an RBI single for Delta Cleary, his second hit of the game, and it's a 6-3 Long Island lead. Back-to-back RBI hits for the Ducks, a double by Lyons, a single by Cleary. And that'll bring up Elmer Reyes. So a lot of the umpires in the Atlantic League are guys who have made it up to Double A or Triple A, but have not gotten the nod to progress any further. Usually it's only 12 umpires or so a year making it from one level to the next, and the first pitch to Reyes down below the knees, ball one. Brian DeBrouwer behind the plate tonight. In fact, the only umpire in the Atlantic League that has made it up to the major leagues. 40 games he spent at the big league level. The 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball and a big swing and a miss. Reyes out in front. Ezel pulled the string, and the count even at 1-1. Ezel dangles that right arm as he gets his sign. A long hold, and the 1-1 pitch. Runner goes, a swing and a miss, a throw down to second on a hop, and the tag not in time. A good throw from Tejeda, but Delta Cleary, who runs well, is in with his 20th steal of the year. One hop to Ryan Dent, who slapped down the tag. Cleary 20 of 23 running the bases this season. Now a runner in scoring position, a 1-2 count. Reyes 1 for 3 in the ball game. Ezel sets at the letters, drops the hands, and the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Tejeda with the tag on the backside of Reyes. And Ezel gets a strikeout to end the frame. But 3 hits in the inning and 2 runs across, and it's a 6-3 Ducks lead as we head to the home half of the 6th on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
This is Dustin Hawkinsworth with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
Hi, this is United States Olympian Haley Flickener. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
6-3, Long Island leading York as we head to the bottom of the 6th. It's a Maple Donuts pitching change for the Ducks as right-hander Rob Rogers will come on. 6 feet, 205 pounds from Islip, New York, reaching as high as AAA in his career last year, playing with Rancho Cucamonga, the Quakes, a high A affiliate of the Dodgers. And Rogers will face 6, 7, and 8 in the order for the Revs. Carlos Trienfeld, Tyrone Verona, and Ryan Dent. Trienfeld, a practice hack, waves the bat around his back, and now will dig in. Rogers, the righty, works exclusively from the stretch, and his first pitch with the high leg kick is in there for a strike. So he gets ahead of Trienfeld 0-1. Carlos, after missing the first 2 games up in New Britain, returned to the lineup last night in a big way, a grand slam in the first inning. The third Rev to hit a 4 RBI home run this year, and the 0-1. Breaking ball high and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Joel Guzman did it the first week of the season. That was in Southern Maryland on April the 27th. Pitched on the way, and that one is just below the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Isaias Tejeda did it as well. That one came against the Bees. And that was on May 23rd before Trienfeld did so last night up in New Britain. The 2-1, and that one's down and away, ball 3. It's a hitter's count to Carlos Trienfeld. Single through the right side in the first, a ground out to short in the third. And a hitter's count. A big gap in left center as Cleary plays shallow and towards right center field. Rogers sets, and the 3-1 pitch down and away, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk. So that brings up Verona. The final line on Larkins, 5 innings. He gave up 8 hits, 3 runs all earned. Walked 1, struck out 2, and currently is in line for the win. Revs looking to change that, looking to answer the Ducks, who have scored 3 unanswered since it was tied at 3. And the pitch on the way, inside corner for a strike. Actually, it's now been 5 unanswered. The Revs were ahead 3-1. 0-1 to Verona. 1 for 2 in the ball game, a strikeout and a double down the line and right. Swing and a miss here on a pitch that ran inside, and he got tied up. And he's down in the count, 0-2. Rogers now making his 37th appearance of the year. The righty drops the hands, and the 0-2 down low. Fastball at 88, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rogers a 2-0 record, a 4.14 ERA. Has worked 45 2/3 innings, giving up 21 all earned. And the 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul tip straight down at the plate as Verona stays alive. 37 hits in 45 2/3, 18 walks, 25 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .226 against them. Auden Buchanan up and throwing for the Revs, as Trienfeld inches his lead off of first. And the 1-2 pitch, Verona swings and misses. Out way early on a breaking ball, 76 from Rogers. And Verona set down on strikes for out number 1. The Ducks also with action in their left field bullpen. It's lefty John Lannon up and throwing for Long Island. The Ducks ahead 6-3 as Ryan Dent steps in. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Trienfeld on it first in the first pitch. A fastball a little bit inside, ball 1. Ryan Dent taking over of late as the everyday shortstop. Him and Angel Franco split time. And the 1-ball delivery fouled straight down at the plate. Dent tied up and gets it off his hands. He's shaking out his left fist. 1-1 the count. But Franco signed about A week and a half ago now, the Revs were down in Southern Maryland. I guess it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. He was picked up by the Arizona Diamondbacks, sent to Double-A. And the 1-1 pitch to Dent, line drive back up the middle, base hit center field. Trienfeld had to freeze, so he's only up to second on the play. Ryan Dent, a 2-hit game, and both times lining it right back up the middle. So that brings the tying run to the plate in Travis Witherspoon. And Pacheco, the catcher, out to get straight on signs with the new pitcher, Rob Rogers. Witherspoon a part of one of the biggest plays in the ballgame. In the 4th inning, the Revs had 1st and 3rd and nobody down. And Witherspoon laced the line drive right back up the middle. Matt Larkins, in self-defense mode, threw up the leather right in front of his face, and the ball deflected straight up in the air out to second, and Reyes made the play in the air. First pitch to Witherspoon, breaking ball over, strike one. So it was a line out, 1-4. Then Alonzo Harris would bounce into an inning-ending double play. Missed opportunity for the Revs. The 0-1 to Witherspoon, down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rogers' last words yesterday, and he was right in the middle of that meltdown against Bridgeport. If you're just joining us, the Ducks had a 7-0 lead going to the 8th. A 1-1 pitch to Spooney, swing and a miss. Tied up, down and in, 88 from Rogers. Rogers yesterday, in 2/3 of an inning, gave up 6 hits and 7 runs. Bridgeport scoring all 8 runs in the 8th inning, and they won it 8-7. Bounces in, and that'll get away from Pacheco, and it will trickle towards the backstop. Trienfeld up to 3rd, Dent up to 2nd base. And on the wild pitch, the Revs now have 2 in scoring position, and a productive out from Witherspoon could get a run home. We'll see what the Ducks decide to do with the infield. Looks like they're going to play the corners halfway in the middle of the infield back. They lead it 6-3 here in the 6th. 2-2 the count to Travis Witherspoon. Rogers kicks, he fires, and it's in tight. Witherspoon jumping back and pulling the hands tight to his chest. Pleasant evening here at Peoples Bank Park. Lights taking full effect. Second baseman Reyes playing close to the bag. Hole on the right side for Spooney. The payoff pitch, breaking ball, outside, ball 4, and the Revs have loaded the bases. A walk to Trienfeld, a single by Dent, and a free pass to Witherspoon. And Alonzo Harris coming up. Kevin Baez may have seen enough. He's out of the third base side dugout, walking slowly towards the mound. The entire infield coming together. And he will take the baseball from Rob Rogers. Rogers gets a strikeout of Verona, his only out recorded. And he will give way to John Lannon. Lannon, the lefty, coming on to face the righty Harris. Bases loaded. And Alonzo, the go-ahead run at the plate. We'll tell you more about Lannon when we come back here on 1350 WOYK.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
York Mitsubishi Super Summer Sales Event is on. Featuring Outlander Sports starting at $17,995 with 0% financing available for up to 72 months. Right now, $2,500 off all 2017 Mitsubishi Lancers or a 7-passenger Outlander with discounts and rebates up to $4,000. So don't miss out on York Mitsubishi Super Summer Sales Event with a great selection and over 70 cars available. York Mitsubishi, just off Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue in York. York Mitsubishi, where Mitsubishis always cost less. Till ends 7/31.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Six to 3, the Revs trail Long Island, but a big spot here for Alonzo Harris. He comes up with the bases loaded, one man down, a new pitcher on. It's a Maple Donuts pitching change. And Long Island will turn to the veteran left-hander John Lannon. And the first pitch to Alonzo Harris in tight, nearly got him, ball one. Lannon, a long-time major leaguer, 8 years at the big league level. Began it with the Washington Nationals in 2007. 6'4", 235, now lives in Tampa, Florida. Lefty with the high socks, the closed stance on the hill. And the 1-0 pitch to Harris. Thought about a swing, but watches over one. Outside corner, it's 1-1. Trienfeld, who walked, is on at third, the lead runner. Ryan Dent at second. He reached on a single up the middle, and Travis Witherspoon walked to load the bases. The 1-1, Lannon to Harris. Swinging a line drive deep down the line and left, but foul. Harris a little bit out in front of that one. He barreled it up, but hooked it out of the ballpark and onto Arch Street. Lannon last in the big leagues in 2014 with the Mets. He was with the Phils in 2013, and it was Nationals all prior to that. 1-2, he's ahead of Harris, one man down. And the pitch on the way, a check swing, he went around, an inside fastball, he dropped down, trying to get out of the way and could not keep the bat head back. And Lannon, who threw across his body, gets the strikeout for out number 2, a big punch out. And Harris just couldn't help himself, trying to get out of the way of it. So that'll set up a lefty-lefty matchup with Jared Mitchell. Mitchell 0 for 2, did walk though, and extends his home on base streak to 21 in a row. Lannon looks in for his sign. The lefty sets. And the first pitch to Jared Mitchell, a breaking ball below the knees, ball one. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Long Island. 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Revs. 1-0 the count to Jared Mitchell. Bases loaded, 2 men down. Home half of the 6th. Lannon a long look into Pacheco, and now will step away. Lannon's best year came in 2011 with the Nats. A 10-win season, a .370 ERA. Logging 184 2/3. A 1-0 pitch just inside, and it's a hitter's count, 2-0 to Jared Mitchell. Isaias Tejeda waiting on deck. Lannon this season making his 14th appearance. He's 1-0, but his ERA 5.19. 10 earned runs in 17 1/3. Set up in the 2-0 offering. And it's inside, and Mitchell pulls the stomach in, sucking back. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. Jared certainly taking all the way here. Ball 4 would be a run. Action continues for Long Island. It's Dennis O'Grady, a right-hander, loosening. And the 3-0 from Lannon. Mitchell taking all the way. It's a strike. Fastball outer half. It's 3-1. Mitchell adjusts the batting gloves. Lannon dangles that back left arm, peering in for signs. He rests the glove on his front right leg, and now sets. Trienfeld at third, Dent at second, Witherspoon at first, and the pitch is fouled straight back. Mitchell a hair out in front, got it off the end of the bat. And now the count full, 3-2. Mitchell takes his time, a practice hack outside of the batter's box. Infield back and playing Mitchell to pull. Outfield does the same. Trienfeld leads in foul territory from third, clapping his hands in encouragement. Lannon will now step back and ask Pacheco to go over the signs one more time. Trienfeld at third, Dent at second, Witherspoon on at first, and they all three will have a head start with the full count. Lannon sets. The payoff pitch. Runners go, and Mitchell checks his swing. Appeal to the field umpire. No swing. Ball four. An RBI for Jared Mitchell as Trienfeld will touch, and it's 6-4. Derek Mosher, the third base umpire, was in the center of the diamond. Certainly not the ideal angle for him, but no swing is the call on a pitch in tight. And Lannon has walked in a run. It's an RBI for Mitchell as Trienfeld scores. Dent up to third and Witherspoon up to second. And now it's Isaias, the league leader in hits, with 106 coming in. Tied for fourth in RBIs, second in total bases, tied for third in doubles, tied for third in extra base hits, and a .313 average, fifth best. Bases loaded, two men down. The first pitch, down low, ball one. Tejeda in this one, a fielder's choice and a run scored in the first, a foul pop out to third in the second, and a ground ball out to third in the fifth. Tejeda does have a grand slam this year. It came against New Britain. The 1-0. He takes it, and it's a strike outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tejeda wanted to see one, wants to make Lannon work. Isaias taps the heart of the plate, the black lumber, and he waves it over the dish. Lannon sets. And the 1-1 pitch, that's down and away, ball 2. Nowhere to put Tejeda. This season, with the bases full, 2 for 8. That grand slam, and also 2 other RBIs, 6 total. Ahead in the count, 2-1. The offering from Lannon, swinging a pop-up foul and out of play, right side. Action in either bullpen again. It's Dennis O'Grady down there in the left field pen for the Ducks. Houghton Buchanan was throwing earlier for the Revs. Not sure if they've kept him warm or if it's someone new. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch to Tejeda. Breaking ball hit on the ground, foul up the third base line. Tejeda out in front of that one. It was a backdoor bender from Lannon. The count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lannon taking his time, bases loaded. He last worked on July 27th. 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs. The 2-2 with 2 down. Breaking ball, line drive down the left field line. That's going to get down, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Trienfeld in to score. Dent in to score. Mitchell being waved home, and the tag, he's out at the plate. I should say Dent and Witherspoon, with Mitchell being thrown out, but the Revs do get 2. On the RBI double from Isaias Tejeda, 3 runs come across in the inning, and the Revs tie the score. Isaias comes through with the bases loaded. They do get Mitchell on the relay home to end the frame. 6-6 heading to the 7th. Darrell Henry will take you home when we come back on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, here we go, people.
This is The Herd.
Where are you again?
With Colin Cowherd.
Work smarter, not harder. Oklahoma City. Everybody is saying now, I'm watching Kenny Smith last night. Oklahoma City's got a better roster. Oklahoma City better. But you're not better if somebody you're facing in an industry has figured out a system, works that system, and doesn't have to work as much, and succeeds more. Think about points during a basketball game as profits, as money. Golden State works less and makes more money. Wouldn't you say, that guy's got it figured out? If you could sell 5 cars, a Mercedes, and make an income, and sell 30 Kias and make the same income, I'd go try to sell a Mercedes. It'd be a better life, better job, more time with your kids, more time with your wife, more relaxing, more naps, more vacations. It was a great series. It was ridiculously even except for one thing, the 3.
This is The Herd. Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Just a little bit of entertainment in this one tonight. It's a 6-6 game, tied again as we go to the 7th. Chase Hutchinson, the new pitcher for the Revs. And his entrance brought to you by Maple Donuts. He'll face 3, 4, and 5 in the order. Pacheco and then the 2 lefties, Kraus and Sonko. Chase is 3-3 at 2.16 ERA in 36 outings. Back and forth here tonight. Each team 6 runs on 10 hits. And Hutchinson ready to go. His first pitch to Pacheco is in tight. Pacheco, the 3-hole hitter tonight, 0 for 1. Fly out in between 2 walks and a run scored. Mateo 4 1/3 tonight. Here's the 1-0. And a fastball right over, but he doesn't get it. And Hutch already is upset as he flipped his hand up. Perhaps high. 2 balls and no strikes. Tejeda, though, having some words there at the plate. He didn't think it was high. Some agitation as Tejeda is still discussing. Pacheco takes a step out. And between masks, the conversation continues. Here's the stretch. The 2-0 pitch and a foul back off the netting. Pacheco firing away there with a hitter's count. Mateo mentioned 4 1/3. Gaynor came in. Got 2 outs in the 5th. 1 inherited run scored. Great play from Trienfeld on Sonko to end that inning. And Ezel, who breezed through New Britain the other night, charged with 2 in the 6th, but stranded a runner at second. Pitch is swatted at first. Nash dives. It's off his glove across the line. It's a fair ball. He knocked it foul, but Pacheco's going to be on with an infield hit. And they were playing him off the line, and Pacheco chopped it toward the line. Nash laid out, and off his glove, knocked it aside. He then tried to flip to first and missed everybody, but Pacheco already safe.
Good effort, though, by Telvin Nash, because just knocking that ball down saves extra bases, and it keeps the double play in order.
Now Hutchinson will go after the left-handed hitters here, beginning with Mark Kraus. Tonight, 1 for 3, an RBI double in the first that extended his hitting streak to 16. Along with some of these Revs hitters of late, he's right up there as one of the hottest in the league the last couple of weeks. He takes a breaking ball strike. I think he's on a short list with Casilla and Harris. And Mitchell's been awfully hot on a very similar stretch. Pitch is down in the dirt. Tejeda picks it. 1-1 the count. Krause, who has hit for average and extraordinary power on this hitting streak. 7 home runs on it. Ducks with their 11th hit. And they've only been set down 1-2-3 in 1 inning tonight. Hutchinson holds, and the 1-1 breaking ball in tight. Krause kept the hands in close, backing away. 2-1. Revs who have won 5 of the last 7. Here's the pitch. And a foul tip to the backstop. 2-2. Fastball at 91 coming off the off-speed stuff. Revs are 16-10 the last 26. 13-10 in the second half. Yesterday, their 8th straight win in a series finale, giving them their 5th series win on that stretch. 2-2. Runner goes, a swing and a miss. Tejeda the throw, and to the left of second, Dent reaching back, and Pacheco's in. It was a double pump from Tejeda trying to get the grip, and then yanked it just to the shortstop side, and Pacheco's able to get in. A steal on the strikeout, 1 away.
It looked like maybe Tejeda got a little anxious trying to get rid of it and rushed himself slightly. Not a bad throw, but that double clutch may have cost him.
Yeah, with the catcher running, if he gets it out of there initially, he has plenty of time, but just couldn't quite get loaded up. So now a runner at second here in a tie game. Sonko the hitter. 6-6 our score here in the 7th. Sonko 1 for 3 tonight, a double in the 4th. Robbed by Trienfeld in the 5th. On a ground out, first pitch is just outside. Sonko now a 9-game hitting streak. This Long Island team as a squad hitting .280 with men in scoring position. Sonko around that mark, .286. The 1-0, and it hooks outside. Well, Hutchinson falls behind him. Sonko's actually hit better against lefties than righties. 309 off left-hand pitching, 249 off right. And certainly the Revs will trust Hutch in these matchups. He deals, and a fastball a little low, but Sonko offered on the swing. He started to drift his hands toward it. Brian DeBrouwer said he went. Kevin Baez upset again, as he takes a couple steps in from third with some words. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That was an unusual one not to at least ask for the appeal from the third base ump.
Pitch, and a swing and a miss. He chased a slider. It snuck off Tejeda, and moving up is Pacheco. He blocked it slightly over to the left, and it kept rolling away. Pacheco got the read and took off. It'll be a wild pitch on the swinging strike, and the go-ahead run is at third with 1 out. They got Sonko to chase badly there, but unable to deaden it at the plate. So the Revs will bring the infield in, a 2-2 count on Sonko. And Hutchinson ready. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss! He struck him out. Fastball at 90, right past him. And a big strikeout for Chase Hutchinson. 2 down here in the 7th. Both on strikeouts. And while Pacheco has made his way around to third, Hutchinson will try to strand him there. Ruben Gotay, the hitter, 0 for 2. A walk and a run early, 2 flyouts since. The Revs can back it up in the infield. Here's the pitch. Fastball missed high. 6-6 our score. Revs led 3-1 after 1 on Nash's homer. Ducks tied it in the 2nd with 2. Neither team scored the next 2. Then Long Island a run in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. The Revs retying it with 3. The 1-0. And there's a strike. Fastball right across. Ruben Gotay, the big league vet. One of the big names on the team. 2nd year with Long Island. 1-1. That's outside, a late stab of it by Tejeda. Might have had some late run.
Either that or he was crossed up, because it was an unusual reaction, reaching to the backside and then kind of pulling it towards the body with both hands.
Gotay, who played for the Royals in 04 and 05, the Mets in 07, the Braves in 08. The 2-1 and a slider. It's down low. 3 balls and a strike. That one kind of hovering toward the bottom of the strike zone, but dove off. And Hutchinson does have 2 bags open, in fact. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards second. Harris backhands. He's got it. Throws to first. Inning over. And Pacheco with the leadoff hit made it to third. He's stranded there. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. Stretch time here at the bank. Revs and Ducks tied at 6.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers quality material handling equipment and services. Along with a full line of Unicarriers and Komatsu forklifts, you'll find Genie aerial lifts, IPC Eagle floor scrubbers, and Penalift loading dock equipment. Mid-Atlantic can provide rentals, pre-owned equipment, service, and replacement parts for most makes. When you need the best for your business, call Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438 or online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Brian Funkhauser, President CEO of Buchard Horn Incorporated, proud member of the York County Economic Alliance since 1941. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 7th. Good one tonight. We're tied at 6. Righty Dennis O'Grady, who we've seen start for Long Island this season, is on in relief. He's made 14 starts. This will be his 6th in relief. 5-6 with a 4.67 ERA. He's been hurt by walks, 86 2/3 innings, only 84 hits, but 42 walks. 66 strikeouts, 13 home runs. The walk totals tied for third most in the league. Home run total tied for fourth most. And it'll be in the middle third of the order here. Burgess, Nash, and Trienfeld in a tie game. Revs answering back for the second time tonight with 3 in the 6th. First pitch, a swing and a pop-up from Burgess. Middle of the infield. Shortstop Lyons drifts behind second and makes the play on the second base side behind the bag. 1 out on 1 pitch. And that'll bring up Talvin Nash, who is 1 for 3 with the 3-run homer in the first.
Next up for the Revolution, your first baseman, number 53, Talvin Nash.
Revs have Ricardo Gomez up, loosening for the 8th. Grady out of the stretch, nods yes. From the belt, kicks, delivers, and a fastball poured across for a strike. Played 6 years in the Padres system, made it to AAA. He deals, and a swing and a miss, a slider. He's back after missing last season due to injury. And the Ducks, meanwhile, with lefty Pat Kreider up in their bullpen. But the only lefty due to hit until they come around again just batted. But Kreider has been very successful against both sides. Tied at 6 here in the bottom of the 7th. O'Grady sets the 0-2 and a slider down and away. Nash lays off. By the way, tomorrow, the Baltimore Baseball Show at 6, special trade deadline edition. So much going on today, we moved it to tomorrow. We'll be on at 6:30 following Dan. Here's the 1-2. Slider just outside. So Nash works it back to even, laying off a couple. Logan Williamson coaching at first, taking a few practice swings with his hands. Now ready. And the 2-2. Swing and a nubber off the end of the bat. Cued down to first. Right there, Sonko. He'll call off his pitcher. Takes it to the bag himself. 2 up, 2 down. And Trienfeld up next. Revs Baseball brought to you by Image 360, Yingling's Ice Cream, Highmark, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, and Stanball Plumbing and Heating. Here's Trienfeld, who's 1 for 2. Walk and a run scored last inning. Swinging a hot bat. Up to 265 now. First pitch, he swings, fouls it against the netting. Fastball at 89 from O'Grady. He's listed at 5'10", not a big righty. He lives in Floral Park, New York, which is on the island. There's the 0-1, up and in. Trienfeld keeping those hands in close. Battle the bullpens tonight. Neither starter as sharp as they often are. 1-1, swing and a miss, a slider. And that curled through the middle, but the speed had him a little bit early. Or the off speed, should we say. 1-2. Gomez ready. He walks back to his seat in the Revs bullpen, waiting for his turn. Now O'Grady the stretch. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. A slider got him. And O'Grady against the middle of the order works a 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th. We'll go to the 8th tonight. Revs and Ducks tied at 6.
Okay, here we go, people.
This is The Herd.
Where are you again?
With Colin Cowherd.
There's so many injuries. So instead of Carrie Underwood doing a Breeze and Tony Romo promo, which is what they're trying to do every week, NBC has cut several new, authentic, brutally frank promos. It's not much of a sales job by NBC, but we got our hands on them, and they're as honest as anything I've ever heard out of NBC. NBC fires a shot at me. That is brutal.
Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Just like to say that y'all rock, man.
Tom Verducci of Sports Illustrated wrote the cover story on Vin Scully. Was there any moment where he thought he was not going to keep his job?
There was a moment there when the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles, and they wanted their own voices, and it was Walter O'Malley, the Dodgers owner, who stepped in and said, no, Vin Scully is going to be your announcer. He's the best that there is.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
I'm told that Blackjack the Rabbit is listening tonight. We have a rabbit who tunes in. Fans who have a pet rabbit that listens to us. Just saw saw Blackjack's mom come by and say hello. It's a 6-6 game as we go to the 8th. We do attract listeners of all types as Ricardo Gomez takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And the 8th inning brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. What's the holdup? Alex Berg, the hitter, pointing towards something in right field, and nobody seems to know what. Here's Gomez's first pitch, and it's a slider in for a strike. Berg tonight 2 for 3, doubled and scored early, and then singled and flied out. Gomez did not pitch in the New Britain series. The 0-1, and a line drive left field. Verona hustles back, and he's got it. Moving back onto the track, over toward the line by a few steps in left. And Berg flies his way again, 1 down here in the 8th. Are you tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP? Want to sleep like a rabbit? Dr. Bell may have an option to help you. Make your appointment today and let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for your needs. Call 316-1299. or visit yorksleep.com. Here is Giovanni Alfonso, who takes a slider for a strike. Alfonso, a sac fly in the 2nd, fielder's choice in the 4th, singled and scored in the 6th. Pitch is hit in the air, right center. Witherspoon on the run, and he will get there. Gliding across into right center, and again had to cover some ground, but he's there, 2 outs.
Well, both of these flyouts have been on breaking balls, and it looks like the front hip of these Ducks hitters has flown open, and you would think they wouldn't have much left behind it, but still have been able to drive it pretty well. But Verona and Witherspoon, respectively, making the plays.
And now Dan Lyons, as Gomez tries to keep it tied. Lyons a sac fly, and then a single, a double, and 2 runs tonight. Perfect night at the plate thus far. First pitch fastball. It's right through for a strike at 90. Gomez has gotten stronger and stronger. Comes in tonight 2-2 with a 343. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball ramped up to 92, and Lyons whiffs. This is Gomez's 23rd outing. He's held opponents to a 197 average. Now ready, the 0-2. Fastball missed away. And you can hear the reaction of the Revs fans. They wanted it. Didn't miss by a whole lot. That one at 93. He threw it after the pause on his leg lift, trying to throw off Lyons' timing. Now the 1-2. Fastball missed outside again. Similar spot, 2-2. Not off the plate by much. Trying to get the number 9 hitter who's had a big night. He'd struggled coming in. The 2-2. Slider hooks hard away. And it goes from 0-2 to 3-2. Lyons had hit 179 his previous 9 coming in. A full count, top of the order, and Cleary on deck. Gomez, the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball on the outside. Black, he rung him up. And Ricardo Gomez with a 1-2-3, top of the 8th. That one was good enough. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It remains a 6-6 game.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Brian Keller from Maple Press, proud member of the York County Economic Alliance since 1955. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the bottom of the 8th, and the Revs and Ducks tied at 6. Dennis O'Grady stays in. Tyrone Verona leads off. O'Grady a 1-2-3 7th inning, and now Pacheco, the catcher, repositioning Sonko at first. Closer to the line. Now we're ready. First pitch is out away on Verona, who's 1 for 3 in his return tonight from becoming a Papa. He doubled off the wall and right in the 4th, and his throw in the 4th inning was huge. Pitch is fouled against the screen. That throw was something to behold from left field, cut down a run at the plate. So he's made an immediate impact, hasn't missed a beat. Mace told us pregame that he was going to let him take BP today and not play, but wanted to give Casilla the day off. 1-1, and a foul against the net again. Dent and Witherspoon will bat here also. Our attendance tonight, 2,782. And the Revs, with this game tied here in their home park, will get Brad Allen ready for the 9th inning, regardless of what happens here. O'Grady, the stretch, the 1-2. Breaking ball, line toward right center. Delta Cleary Jr. back, and he's going to run it down. And they had him played perfectly, shaded the other way. Maybe they were watching BP today, because Verona put on a show in that gap, but Cleary runs this one down.
And a really good jump by Cleary, and all night long he plays pretty shallow compared to most center fielders in this league, at least. I mean, noticeably shallow in comparison, and got a good read back over his left shoulder and tracked it down in the gap.
Was hit hard. One down. Here's Ryan Dent, who's 2 for 3. Singleton scored in the 6th in the 3-run inning that tied it. First pitch is in tight. Revs got to Rogers and Lannon in that 6th inning. Larkins went 5, gave up 3, nothing after the first. Worked around 4 hits after that, no runs. Pitch is a slider for a strike on Dent, 1-1. Tied at 6 here in the bottom of the 8th. One. Swing and a bouncer foul past Polo at third. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Lancaster leading New Britain 8-4 in the 8th. Revs 2 back of Lancaster coming in tonight. They've been hot, even though they continue to lose key pieces. But with Brian Evans departing, Joe Gardner, who's been a pretty good starter for them in the past, is on his way back. There's the 1-2. Slider just missed away. Yikes. That was close. Southern Maryland has beaten Bridgeport 4-3. Sugarland leading Somerset again. 5-1 in the 4th in Texas. They've had their way against Somerset so far. So the rest of the division winning or has won. Pitch to Dent is low. Fastball at 90. And it becomes a full count all of a sudden. Witherspoon on deck, eyeing up O'Grady. And he's set. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a broken bat, roller to short. Lyons has it, slings it across to first, and there's 2 away. Revs and Ducks meet the next 2 nights at 6:30. Frank Gailey against Rafael Perez tomorrow. Matchup of lefties, and it's a well-spanned sports medicine Silver Slugger Tuesday. Wednesday is Downtown's birthday celebration. And a People's Bank Kids Eat Free Wednesday. Steve Janis against Alfredo Simon. They've changed the starter for Wednesday. No longer Levine. Tickets available at YorkRevolution.com. Here's Witherspoon. And first pitch fastball across for a strike. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. Had the liner off Larkins in the 4th that ricocheted to second and was caught. The 0-1, and it skips in the dirt, a slider. O'Grady's retired all 5 that he's faced, 14 starts, and this is just his 6th outing in relief, but it's gone well to this point for him. The 1-1. Swing, and it's tipped foul behind the plate. Or just off to the left of the plate. 1-2. I mentioned O'Grady hasn't given up a ton of hits. Just slightly fewer hits than innings. The walks have hurt him, but he's been in the strike zone pretty much the whole way in these 2 innings in relief. Ready again, the 1-2, and a slider dives away. Tied at 6 in the 8th. And again, Brad Allen ready for the 9th, regardless of whether or not they score here. There goes a moth. Passing by, 2-2, and a swing and a foul tip. That'll glance on back to the backstop. Revs with 2 3-run innings tonight. The first on Nash's homer, the 6th. Scoring on Mitchell's bases loaded walk with 2 outs, and then Tejeda, the 2-run double. Tried to score one more, but Mitchell thrown out at the plate. 2-2 again, and a swing and a pop-up foul and out of play, right side. Two and two it remains. O'Grady ready, and the pitch. Swinging a foul tip. Witherspoon just hangs in as that nicked against the catcher's mitt. Looks as though some of the pundits are not fans of the Orioles' moves at the trade deadline, setting up a juicy Baltimore baseball show tomorrow at 6. As I glance over at Matt's screen, not everybody a fan of what they did. We'll see what Dan has to say. Another 2-2, and it's just inside. O'Grady started to lean toward his dugout. A full count worked by Witherspoon. He's had quite the battle. Here's the stretch. And the 3-2. Swing, and he fouls another one off against the screen. And we will have a 10th pitch of this at-bat coming up. He doesn't have to hit the long ball to be a threat to give him the lead. If he gets on, he could get himself into scoring position for Alonso on deck. Another 3-2. And it's outside. He does get on. And what a job. He works the 2-out walk on the 10th pitch of that plate appearance. And Long Island pitching coach Billy Horn will head out and talk with O'Grady, who's going to face Alonzo Harris, and we'll see if Witherspoon tries to get himself in scoring position for him.
Certainly think it's a good time for it. Good speed on the bases, and moving the go-ahead run up to second with 2 outs could be really huge.
Certainly have a hot hitter coming up. Alonzo 2 for 4 tonight with a double. 10-game hitting streak. And he's probably licking his chops for another chance. The last 2 at-bats. Hit into a double play with first and third back in the 4th, and then in the 6th, struck out with the bases loaded, but the Revs would pick him up and score 3 with 2 outs. We'll see how many pitches he takes to give Witherspoon a chance to go here. Sonko holding him at first. Third baseman Alfonso fairly tight to the line. And a move to first, and Witherspoon just dives back. So that's about as much as he can get on O'Grady. It was not a huge lead, and O'Grady has a good move. If I remember earlier this year, he might have picked a runner off here early in the season. And another move, and just back is Witherspoon. And Sonko dropped it. It looked like he was starting to celebrate as he came up out of that reach on the tag attempt, and then, whoops, the ball was there on the dirt. Now ready, not a big lead. Another move over, and he dives back a 3rd time. The outfield not very deep on Alonzo. Yet to throw a pitch to him. Now he will, and it's high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Not running after 3 consecutive moves to first. O'Grady in a game at Long Island did pick off Derek Robinson. back on May 9th. Another move, and Witherspoon in, fairly close, but he's back.
What makes his move so good is, one, his feet are quick, but two, he's not afraid to let it loose from a sidearm position. It's not how he comes home, but he just snaps the throw over, let her high.
Now set. 1-0, he goes. Pitch is low, and the throw sails, and Witherspoon safe. He dives in. It's knocked loose out of the glove of Elmer Reyes. And stolen base number 15 for Witherspoon gives Harris a chance at the lead with a base hit. A 2-0 count. That ball was low. And Brian DeBrouwer being asked about that, I believe, from Kevin Baez in their dugout. Baez having some words.
I think he wants to ask for an appeal on the check swing. Although he might be putting Harris, it looks like he's now going to put Harris on.
Bring Patrick Kreider in to face Jared Mitchell. A pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Witherspoon steals. That prompts the intentional walk of Alonso. That shows you what they think of him. And it'll be 2 on with 2 out for Jared Mitchell. The lefty Kreider coming in. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. We're tied at 6 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is TJ Oshie of the Washington Capitals. Catch the Caps all season right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Patrick Kreider is on. They will match up left against left. A 6-6 game here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 on with 2 out for Jared Mitchell, who will try to give the Revs the lead here. They led briefly at the end of an inning. That was it tonight in this back-and-forth game. Kreider 0-5. He's got a 2.76 ERA, though. It's his 40th outing. Opponents have hit 205 last season. They were only hitting about 140 against him. And Mitchell introduced. Lefties are just 4 for 41 against him, hitting 098. That's why they brought him in here. Righties hitting 274. That's the difference from last year. He was dominating righties and lefties last season. Ready to go. Great speed on the bases and at the plate. Pitch to Mitchell. Breaking ball high. Kreider got under that first one. Witherspoon at second is the go-ahead run. He walked with 2 outs, a great at-bat, and then stole.
Now, if I'm Mitchell right here, I'm taking until I see a strike.
Kreider, the bearded lefty, looks in. He's set at the belt. Peek back. Again, now the 1-0. And it's over for a strike, a slider. Kreider's 6-foot lefty. Atlantic League All-Star last season. 26 straight scoreless outings at one point last year. It's his third year with Long Island. Now the stretch, the 1-1, breaking ball, and it hooks low. That's the pitch that he's known for, that big sweeping hook. It started Mitchell with the shorter slider the first two pitches, then that big arcing hook, but he missed with it. 2-1. Outfield playing Mitchell around the other way slightly. Cleary shallow in center. He usually is. Here's the 2-1. And a slider caught the inside corner. Strike two. Wonder if Cleary always did that or if he learned that from Lou Ford, who always played shallow in center. Took away a lot of potential hits. A lot of room in right center if Mitchell can hit one there. Here's the stretch. A look back. Witherspoon gets a little more. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. And the matchup works out for Long Island. No runs, no hits. They leave 2 in the 8th. And we go to the 9th inning. Still tied at 6.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your ship together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Oh. Can you sit up, little guy? There you go. What a big boy. Whoa! Every time he grabs my maple donut, it pulls him over to one side, but he keeps on grabbing at it. Whoop, there he goes again. Wait, let's see how this works. Here you go, little dude. Here's another maple donut. Can you grab it? Well, there you have it, folks. Charlie's right. A balanced baby needs a maple donut in each hand.
Maple donuts taste right.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK, first in New York, first in sports.
Head of the 9th inning, Brad Allen is on next. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. It remains 6-6. And he will try to keep things tied up. Top of the order for Long Island. Delta Cleary Jr. leading off. He's 2 for 4 tonight, plus 2 for 3, a sack bunt. And also a stolen base in there, his 20th. Allen will try to keep it tied and get his team back to the plate. Revs who only have one walk-off win. First pitch is a fastball a little bit low to check that. A 10-inning game against Sugar Land. Pitch is swung on and missed, a changeup. Had the suspended game against Lancaster and then in 10 against Sugar Land to close the first half. Took him a while to get that first one though, and looking for their first one in the second half. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Allen with the change-ups here, which we don't see from him as often, but he's had Cleary fooled twice. Allen 1-2, 2.27 ERA, 38 outings, 13 saves. Pitch fouled back off the net, went back to the fastball. Cleary, Reyes, and Pacheco here. Now Wines fires, and in the dirt, Tejeda collapses on it, 2-2. Allen also not used in that series at New Britain. He and Gomez both fresh. And a swing and a miss. A change-up again. Down and away, he got Cleary to fan on it 3 times in that at-bat, and a strikeout to begin the 9th. Almost always see the hard stuff from Brad, but the changeup was his out pitch there on Cleary. And with 1 down, here's Elmer Reyes, who's 1 for 4 tonight. First pitch, fastball, it's right there for a strike. Well, he sure seems to have a plan of what he wants to use here. Here's the 0-1. Slider, line to center, Witherspoon in. He's going to get there in shallow right center. And 2 quick outs for Allen here in the top of the 9th. Revs in the bottom half will have Tejeda, Burgess, and Nash. And it's Amalio Diaz who's getting ready for Long Island. Here's Jordan Pacheco, 1 for 2, an infield hit, 2 walks. First pitch, swing and a foul tip, squeezed. And he was up there hacking. Allen will start off ahead of him. There's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a fly ball to right. Mitchell reads it, hustles in, it's shallow, he's got it. 1, 2, 3, top of the 9th inning for Brad Allen, and that was quick. 10 pitches, and the Revs are coming up. Bottom of the 9th inning in a 6-6 game.
Donegal offers car and homeowners insurance at rates that are very competitive. So competitive that Donegal's car insurance rates are among the lowest in the state. And if you insure your car and home with Donegal, Donegal will take up to an additional 10% off their already low rates. Donegal, a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that would bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs look for their 3rd walk-off win of the season. We're tied at 6. As we go to the bottom of the 9th, Amalio Diaz comes on for Long Island. 2-3 with a 1.93 ERA in 38 games, 4 saves. Opponents have hit 211, 37 and a third innings, only 28 hits, 17 walks, 42 Ks. If you're thinking about a potential walk-off home run, you certainly have the right guys coming up, but he's only allowed 1 home run for the season. But it's Tejeda, Burgess, and Nash who will try to find a run however they can. And Tejeda, who's 1 for 4, a 2-run double that tied the game in the 6th. We've been tied ever since. The Revs aggressively sent Mitchell on that double. He was thrown out trying to give him the lead.
Number 16, Isaiah Tejeda.
A tie game since that Tejeda double. League leading 107th hit. So he'll step in. Extended his hitting streak to 9 with that double in the 6th as well. And trying to end it for the Revs with a run here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the first pitch. Fastball missed away. Diaz at 90 on that first one. 6-2 righty brings it over the top. Burgess eyeing him up from the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-0. Fastball low. And Tejeda will open it up in a hitter's count here. Now set. He bobs the hands against his belt. The 2-0. And he missed low. Now the first 3 have been out of the strike zone. The Revs 2 walk-off wins June 23rd into the 25th against Lancaster. Luis Cruz sac fly in the 9th inning. Suspended game. And then July 2nd against Sugarland, Trienfeld a sac fly and a 1-0 10-inning win. 3-0 on Tejeda. Diaz bounces the hands, delivers. He had a green light and flies it. Popped up in shallow right center. Berg in from right, and he's got it. Hung on to it. An awkward looking grab from the converted catcher. Well, I don't know if he had the green light, but he swung. And he skied it a mile high in shallow right center. 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Diaz had missed with his first 3, and Tejeda thought that he could get a fat one and clobber it. Here's Michael Burgess, who's 2 for 4. The double and a run scored. Diaz bounces the hands, delivers, and pours a strike across at 92.
And it's funny, they still play him to pull. 2 for 4, all 4 results have been to the left side. A single to left, a pop out in foul ground to third, a double to left center, and a pop out to short.
How about a home run to left center? There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, a slider.
Well, if you're going to hit it out, it really doesn't matter what kind of shift they put on against you. That one, not defensible.
It is amazing, though, for how hard he hits the ball the other way and the results that he gets. Teams just are set on playing him hard to pull, not just to pull, but to pull a lot. There's the 0-2. Fastball up high, he leaves it.
And I get it in the infield because usually when he hits it well the other way, it's in the air. Whereas you might have more of a tendency for him to roll over on a ground ball. But in the outfield, I mean, Cleary is almost playing dead in the gap in right center.
Couldn't see him for a moment. He was hidden in the glare from the LED in right center. Here's the 1-2, and it misses down and away, a slider. Left fielder Kraus is in the gap. Tied at 6 here in the bottom of the 9th. Now ready again. The 2-2 pitch, and it's outside. So Burgess, who was behind, he battles it full. In this league, when you're ahead or behind in a count, sometimes the count is far from over with these veteran hitters and pitchers, and Burgess works it full. Talvin Nash on deck. Here's the stretch. And he bounces the hands, 3-2, swinging a foul tip to the backstop, trying to catch a hanging slider up there. And a foul tip into the padding. We'll do it again. Burgess grabs some dirt for the batting gloves, adjusts the straps. Going high socks tonight. Those Nikes have some shine to them, don't they?
Yeah, I was mentioning earlier, it's chrome that he's got on him. Mitchell has them as well. It's almost like the Oregon football helmets.
Yeah.
Just glistening in the lights.
Now waves the bat back and forth awaiting. Diaz settles. And another 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a slider down low. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. And Talvin Nash tapping the bat against his cleats as he marches to the plate.
Talvin Nash.
1 for 4 with a 3-run homer to right center in the first inning. Gave the Revs a 3-1 lead, but it has not been quite that easy here tonight. As jumping in front the way that they did, it's been a battle ever since. Long Island tied it right away, went ahead in the middle innings before York tied it with 3 in the 6th. Right on right, Diaz the pitch. Oh, man, it hit him up near the bat knob and the hands. And Nash is bothered by that one. That hurt. Holding the hands together by his belt buckle. He was near the plate. They set up in to crowd him, and you could hear it, and I hope that part of that was bat knob and not all hand, and they're going to pinch run for him. And hopefully it's not because the hands are busted. Hopefully it's just to protect him, and it's going to be Chase Simpson pinch running. Talvin Nash here in his 6th game played will have to come out.
Chase Simpson.
And hopefully that hand will be okay.
Oh, they might have gotten to a point where they would have pinch run him anyway, but certainly don't want the injury that may have come along with it. It looked like Chase Simpson, in anticipation of entering at first base, just sent Houghton Buchanan to the clubhouse to get a first baseman's glove.
Sickening sight. See the big man hit near his hands, and Chong checking him out down at the end of the dugout. Hopefully no real damage there, but I'm sure it would hurt regardless. Simpson pinch running, Trienfeld the hitter. Diaz asked to go through the signs again. Tied at 6 here in the bottom of the 9th. First pitch to Trienfeld. It's down and away, off the glove of Pacheco, but stayed right there.
Mentioned the chance of Simpson going in at first. The other option for the Revs would be to have Luis Cruz come in and catch and move Tejeda to first base. Michael Burgess DHing tonight, so probably don't want to enter a pitcher, although Burgess was just up.
Diaz ready. And a move to first. Diving back is Simpson. Nash still shaking his hands in the dugout, but Chong has left his care, if you will. So I don't know if that's a tell-all that it's a good sign. They might x-ray him anyway since they have the equipment upstairs just to be sure, but now another move to first. Simpson diving back. I would assume that they will do that regardless. And one thing also, Mace, when there's any doubt, he is quick to protect a player, even if that player wants to stay in, like Trienfeld the other night when he fouled one off his shin. So hopefully just protecting the big man. Pitch is fouled against the screen. It's a ball and a strike. Revs had Westfall loosening, by the way, should this game go extras. Winning run is at first base with 2 outs in the 9th.
Nash now on the bottom step of the dugout. Looks like he's looking at his right hand, so it would have been his upper hand.
Now ready. And the 1-1. And a line drive at second and caught by Elmer Reyes, sliding over to his left. Trienfeld hits it sharply, but a low liner caught. And we're going extras tonight. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. We head to the 10th inning, tied at 6.
Hey man, I know how you feel. That guy down the street, the one with the fancy lawn, those weekend get-togethers, the big family barbecues, and the barefoot kids and wife outside working on her tan. Hey, it's no secret. It's greener on that side of the fence. It's Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Greener grass on your side of the fence is just a quick phone call away. For world-class care right in your backyard, call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, 717-292-9994.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I just like to say that y'all rock, man.
I think Under Armour and the Warriors both got good deals with Steph Curry. Do we look at Under Armour as that's the new and Nike feels like the old? Not that Nike is going to go bankrupt or out of business anytime soon. But if you look at what Under Armour has done, they've done pretty well with the under 26. It's pretty incredible.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
It's like riding a bicycle when you're back in New York City after growing up here. 3 blocks into my walk on the way here to the studio, 1 cobblestone street corner, blaring sirens, jackhammering, welding, and then of course there's the overwhelming stench of pee. I thought to myself, yeah, that's home.
Is this the button that plays?
The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 10th inning, Luke Westfall takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts, and Nash will head up to the clubhouse with Chong carrying his gear, and they'll check out that hand that got hit or forearm or whatever it might have been. Cruz comes in to catch, Tejeda goes to first base, and Westfall on the mound. Mark Krause will lead things off. Westfall 2-6, 2.63 ERA, 37 outings. He was in the game yesterday with a scoreless inning. And this is definitely the inning for him. The first two are lefties, and he misses high. Kraus and then Sonko, Long Island's two most dangerous hitters, and Westfall will match up with them. Kraus 1 for 4 tonight, RBI double in the first, giving him a 16-game hitting streak. 1-0, swing and a miss on the slider. A 6-6 game as we go to the 10th. The Revs' last extra inning game was exactly 2 weeks ago, an 11-inning win at Southern Maryland, 6-5. The 1-1 and a pop foul back and out of play. Revs are 4-3 in extras, 1-1 at home. The win was the 1-0 game in 10 against Sugar Land to end the first half. The loss was against New Britain in late May in 10 innings. Westfall ready. 1-2. And a slider struck him out looking. Paints the outside corner and begins the 10th with a K, and Kraus is set down. Long Island 2-5 in extra inning games. Their most recent one was a loss in Sugar Land in 11 innings at the end of June. Here's Sonko, who's 1 for 4 with a double. First pitch, swing, and a either miss or foul tip, a slider up, and it popped out of Cruz's mitt. But he had a big hack and came up empty. Ducks have David Ardsma up in their bullpen. He's got 9 saves on the year. 0-1, and he bounced in front of the plate, ate up Cruz, and ricocheted up the line at third. Six runs on 11 hits for Long Island, 6 runs on 10 hits for York. Both teams deep into their bullpens tonight. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball blew it right by him under his hands. Revs are on their 6th reliever tonight. They still have Buchanan, Van Meter, and Click. Van Meter and Click both worked yesterday. 1-2. Check swing on a slider away. Appeal to third, and Derek Moshe says no swing. A 2-2 count. Sonko with 19 home runs, tied for 3rd in the league. Put up big power numbers in St. Paul previously. Pitch is in tight, a fastball, and a delayed go-around call by the plate on Brian DeBrouwer. A check swing, he's rung up on a late call at the plate. A fastball in. Sonko beside himself. Kevin Baez coming down the line again. And Westfall with 2 strikeouts to begin the 10th. I think Baez wants to know if it was on the pitch or the check swing. It was on the swing. It certainly appeared. And Baez, or somebody from the Ducks dugout, wanted him to ask for help, said all you need to do is ask for help, and DeBrouwer said that's enough. It was Baez that chirped that. Here's Ruben Gotay. First pitch is down and away. Baez has not been happy all night. Early in the game, the Revs weren't overly thrilled with some of the pitches Mateo wasn't getting. 1-0. And a fastball, and it just missed low, and somebody's gone. Somebody from Long Island's dugout, Brian DeBrouwer, winds up with the right hand and throws him. I'm not sure if it's one of their pitchers who comes out wanting to know if it's him. It looks like John Brunell. And Baez down wanting to know what's up. Meets DeBrouwer halfway in from third. Second straight day that we see somebody on the other side tossed. And it looks like Brunell from the dugout, he is not scheduled to pitch in this series, but might have been popping off. He doesn't think so, or at least didn't think what he said should have warranted that if he was. And he wants to get a piece. Baez trying to hold him back. And they are fighting to hold him back. He's starting to lose his mind here, trying to wrestle himself free from his manager, from Go Ty, who tried to bear hug him and save him. Pitching coach Billy Horn trying to hold him back. And it is an absolute stand-up, upright wrestling match right now, trying to protect him and keep him away from the umpires. And he wants a piece of somebody, which would not be good news for him. There might have been a bump in there. DeBrouwer backed up and looked like he was reacting to a bump. And if that is Brunell, I would hate to say that it is and have it not be him, but it really does look like him, having seen him over the years. He's got a fleece on, so we can't tell by the number, but he was waving in at the umpiring crew as he's being walked off toward their clubhouse and left. Westfall throwing warm-ups. Meanwhile, Kevin Baez continuing the argument with plate ump DeBrouwer, and there was definite chirping, and I guess I would imagine that they felt that it should not have warranted that.
Well, I couldn't hear what was said from the dugout, but I definitely heard what Kevin Baez said coming down the line, and you heard it. It's ask for help, and he's got a point. There's no reason on a questionable swing call for the home plate umpire to make that decision himself.
It was John Brunell who was ejected. Now 2-0 on Go Ty. They were arguing from the previous hitter, and Westfall misses inside, now 3-0. So he can't let that delay affect him, and he had been throwing some warm-ups. Tied at 6 here in the 10th inning. Now ready, the 3-0 pitch. Go Ty taking a little low and a quick bat flip. As again, he thought it was out of the zone. Quickly tossed his gear away and head to first base. So 2-out base runner. And Alex Berg, the hitter. Berg tonight 2 for 4, double and a run early in the game. Rebs motioning, no doubles to the defense. First pitch is a slider, and it buckles in for strike one. They're a couple steps further back in the outfield than normal. Not terribly deep, but trying to cut off anything in a gap that might score Go Ty from first. Westfall struck out the first two, then the walk. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, a high slider. And Berg chases. 0-2. He'll take a step out and adjust the batting gloves. Westfall collecting his thoughts as he stands back against the rubber. Glove tucked to his front hip as he looks in. He's ready. 0-2. And it misses way out off the plate, trying to get Berg to extend the plate there. Luis Cruz back there in his first inning catching the night. Tejeda moved to first base when Nash left. And now Westfall ready. The 1-2. Swing and a loop to shallow right, and it's going to plop in. Mitchell gloves it. Gotay will go first to third. And Berg dumps a base hit into shallow right. First and third with 2 outs. Behind in the count, but able to serve it the other way. And now Westfall will deal with Giovanni Alfonso, who's 1 for 3 tonight with a sac fly. Alfonso has hit .414 with men in scoring possession. First and third with 2 outs, trying to keep it tied here in the top of the 10th. First pitch, swing and a bouncer toward third, but foul. Strike 1. Alfonso, the orange batting gloves and wrist tape to match the orange cleats and the duck colors. 0-1. Fastball away. That one at 92. This game now 3 hours and 50 minutes long. The Revs' longest this year, 3:51. We might beat that. The pitch in tight. Alfonso loading up, holding up though, and the appeal down to first. And it's 2-1. June 28th in Bridgeport, the Revs won a game 12-5. And it went 3 hours and 51 minutes. The 2-1. Swing, and he serves it to right. It's gonna get in for a hit. Gotay scores, and Long Island takes the lead, 7-6 here in the 10th inning. Back-to-back 2-out hits, served the other way into shallow right. Berg and Alfonso both shorten up and spray it the other way, and Long Island has the lead on the first run scored since the 6th inning.
And neither ball hit all that well off the end of the bat, just a little poke jobs in front of Jared Mitchell. And neither one he had any chance on.
First and second for Dan Lyons, and a slider tumbles low, ball 1. Westfall had the first 2 hitters struck out. Went to 2-0 on Gotay, and then had to wait while all those theatrics ensued. Ended up walking him, and then 2 hits following. Here's a grounder. Oh, it hits the third base bag. Ricochets into left, and Berg chugs around third to score. Throw in toward third. Skips away. Alfonso had already dove in safely. And Lyons makes it to second. It's an RBI double. 8-6 Long Island on a hard ground ball that hit the third base bag and ricocheted up in the air and into left. 4 straight have reached after he had the first 2 outs and the last 3 on base hits. And a lousy break. Here's Delta Cleary Jr. at the top of the order. He'll bat from the right. First pitch slider is across for strike 1. These last 20 minutes could not have gone much worse. Nash leaving the game, being examined. Here's a swing and a miss on a slider. It's 0-2. Long Island now taking the lead. Revs in the bottom of the 10th will have Verona, Dent, and Witherspoon right now down 2. Pitch and a foul tip off of Cruz. He chased it as though Cleary had missed it, but was a foul tip. You never know if they'll call it or not. Cleary 2 for 4 tonight. 2 singles, a sac bunt, a stolen base. Westfall the stretch, another 0-2. In the dirt, great block by Cruz. It might have bounced in front of the plate. 1-2. Saving a run.
What was most impressive about that block was it was a breaking ball spinning down and in towards the feet of Cleary, and Cruz did a tremendous job sliding over towards the third base side batter's box, twisting his body to knock it down straight back in front of the plate.
Now set. And the pitch. Foul tip to the backstop. We'll do it again. Cleary in his third year with Long Island. Last year hit .321. He came in tonight at .246, but has been hot of late. 6-game hitting streak now. Played in the Rockies and Nats systems, making it to AAA. Westfall nods yes, ready. Pitch, slider, chipped foul, just to the left of home plate. Rebs Baseball brought to you by York Water Company, Brickers, Pizza Box and Hoagie Shop, York Volkswagen, and Penn State York. 8-6 Long Island here in the 10th inning. Westfall delivers, and a rip up the middle, base hit. Past the dive of Dent, and into center, 2 runs will score. It's a 4-run 10th inning. And Delta Cleary Jr. with his 3rd hit of the night drives in 2, and it's 10-6. Dent laid out to his left, but on one hop, hard off the dirt, it was out of his reach and into left center.
Well, so often a manager goes out and gets tossed and it kind of ignites the team, and you almost wonder if John Brownell kind of had the same effect after that strikeout, a walk, and now 4 straight hits.
Inning started so well. Here's Elmer Reyes, the 8th hitter of the inning. First pitch is sprayed foul down the right field side that ricochets off some concrete in front of the bullpen balcony and into right field. Reyes 1 for 5 tonight. Revs came into this game. It was the 0-1, and it misses up high. A team ERA of 3.16 in July, which would finish as the 3rd best month in team history, but the 10 won't affect it terribly much, but might knock it down a peg. Here's a dribbler foul over toward the on-deck hitter Pacheco, 1-2. And 4 of the 10, unfortunately, have come in potentially the final inning of the month here, unless the Revs can put together a huge 10th of their own. Now Westfall the stretch. 1-2. And in the dirt, and Cruz getting a workout here in his first inning behind the plate. Another block. And it's not like they're coming in there and tickling him. They're coming in there at 95 miles an hour if it's a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, swing, and he rolls over, a grounder to short. Dent backhands, off balance, throw across the diamond, got him. And that'll end the inning. But Long Island scores 4 on 4 hits, and 1 left. And the Revs will need at least that in the bottom of the 10th inning. Long Island's broken it open here in extras. Ducks in front, 10-6.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party platters with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
The revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Bottom of the 10th inning, and the Revs will look to mount a big rally of their own. David Aardsma comes on. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts, the sixth different pitcher used by Long Island tonight. Or sixth reliever, I should say. Seventh pitcher. Aardsma 1-2 with a 1.69 ERA, 22 games, 9 saves. And the Major League veteran in 21 1/3 has given up only 12 hits. Opponents hitting 164, 9 walks, 29 Ks. Tyrone Verona will start it off 1 for 4 tonight with a double. His first game in a little over a week. Became a proud papa going back home to Florida. First pitch is a fastball and a strike called at the top of the zone on him. Verona, Dent, and Witherspoon do up. And Aardsma steps off. Revs have allowed their most runs in a game since June 27th in Bridgeport, a game they lost 11-0. The 0-1, and a swing and a miss, a high fastball. They followed it the next night with the 12-5 win we mentioned. They had an 8-run 7th. Ten hits tonight, none since the 6th, though. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a sinker. And Aardsma with a strikeout to begin the bottom of the 10th inning.
Certainly gets a lot of downward movement on that pitch coming over the top, and the bottom still falls out of it.
It's listed at 6.5 and brings it straight over the top. Here's Ryan Dent, who's 2 for 4 with a run scored. Aardsma 9 years in the majors. First pitch to Dent, a fastball strike. It's like a heavy ball down around the knees. Broke into the majors in 2004 with the Giants. He's also been with the Cubs, White Sox, Red Sox, Mariners, Yankees, Mets, and Braves. Most recently 2 years ago. Here's a swing and a miss, fastball up. 0-2 the count. York Mitsubishi out of town scoreboard. Lancaster beat New Britain 8-4. A loss and the Revs would be 3 back. Southern Maryland beat Bridgeport at home 4-3. There's the 0-2. Oh man, a foul tip that looked worse than I guess it was. It got Pacheco in the side of the face mask and careened up over the net back behind home plate, but he stood up right away and seemed fine. That looked terrible, though, from this vantage point. In Sugar Land, Somerset's come back to tie at 5-5 in the 7th. Here's another 0-2. And a well-hit ball, left center field and deep and gone! Ryan Dent with a line drive home run. Right in front of the carousel in left center, his 4th of the year. And the Revs won't go down quietly. It's 10-7. If only they could have gotten it an inning earlier, but Dent gets him on the board for the first time since the 6th. A pitch that was down, he went down and got it. And hammers it out, a line shot, a 10-7 game. It's a 3-hit game for Dent. And here's Travis Witherspoon as the smoke cloud hangs in right. First pitch is outside. Witherspoon 0 for 2, 2 walks, a steal, and a run. On the 1-0, and that's in the dirt. That game at Sugar Land, Somerset with 4 in the 7th, erasing a 5-1 deficit. Revs came in tonight 2 behind Lancaster. If they lose, it'll be 3. And they came in a game and a half in front of Sugar Land for 2nd place. 2-0, and it's up high. Witherspoon starts but stops. 3-0 count, and they need a pair of base runners here to at least have a chance to erase the hole. Here's the 3-0, and that's over for a strike. Cutter. Now Ardsma ready. 3-1, and it runs back for a strike. It started in late tail, brought it back over the plate, 3-2. It's not overly easy to hit when it moves like that at 92. Now the pitch, swing and a fly ball to shallow center. The shortstop is out. Lions center fielder Cleary is in, and he will rescue the infielders heading out and make the grab. Revs down to their final out tonight. And Alonzo Harris will try to keep the game alive.
Now batting for your York Revolution, your 2nd baseman, number 2, Alonzo Harris.
Alonzo 2 for 4 tonight. On base 3 times. He was intentionally walked in the 8th after they fell behind him 2-0 with a base open. Now Ardsma set, and the first pitch up high. He came up with the Giants a 22nd overall pick in 03 out of Rice. And his trade to the Cubs had an Atlantic League tie. There's the 1-0, and it cuts onto the outside corner for a strike. He was traded with Jerome Williams, who has been with Somerset this year, Lancaster in the past, and the trade was in exchange for LaTroy Hawkins, who went to San Fran. It's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. A fastball up. Harris does not get cheated. The Revs down to their final strike tonight, trailing 10-7 in the 10th. And the 1-2. Swing, and he fouls it over the roof, first base side. Alonso tonight extending his hitting streak to 10, and has still reached safely in every home game he's played, 32 of them. Did miss 3 weeks early in the year. There's the stretch, another 1-2 from Aardsma, and a swing and a miss. Fastball got him, and the ball game is over. Long Island takes the opener, a final score of 10-7 in 10 innings. Revs with a run in the 10th on Ryan Dent's 4th home run of the year, but Aardsma finishes it off. And a damper on this one, in addition to the loss, Talbot Nash leaving in the 9th inning after a hit by pitch. Hopefully we get good reports from the clubhouse post-game, but a tough finish to what was